This video continues with page 100. Naruto, The Bonds of Team 7. Page 100. You can't do this to us. You two beasts. Your father saved you back then, and as his son, I will take your lives back now. Ninja World Kakashi said as he stabbed one of them directly in the heart with a sword. Ouch. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. No. No, you can't do this, one of them howled in pain, but was greeted by Kakashi's twisting blade. His heart was broken and the intense pain made him scream miserably. The other person was so frightened that he unpeed himself. 100. Chapter 99. Everyone's Scorn. The Hypocritical Third Hokage. 100. Ninja World Kakashi said sullenly, Aren't you afraid of death? Aren't you devoted to Konoha? Why are you so afraid now that it's your turn to die? Mercy. Mercy. Kakashi, I'm your father's teammate. I once held you in my arms when you were a child. In the end, the man was stabbed to death by Kakashi before he could finish his words. Looking at the way the two men died and Kakashi looking angrily at Danzo and the third Hokage, many people felt a little strange and frightened. But at the same time, I felt sad for Kakashi. My old friend Kakashi-sensei. Those who are familiar with Kakashi feel a lot of emotions, but they can also understand. It's not over yet, Princess Tsunade. These two guys should have descendants in Konoha, right? The Empire said instantly. What do you want to do? Kill them all together. Although those two guys did make a big mistake, the others, Tsunade from the ninja world, wanted to say something else. The Empire shouted loudly, Innocent? Ridiculous. Can a person who enjoys all the money and privileges gained by the crimes committed by evil people be called innocent? If they don't rely on the money, privileges, or connections of the evil people, then they are innocent, right? If people who enjoy the convenience of committing crimes are not punished, more people will commit crimes. So we really want to kill them? Asked Tsunade from the ninja world with a serious face. You'll have to ask Kakashi then. I think it's best to kill him. Ninja World Kakashi was silent for a moment. Forget about killing them. Confiscate everything they have and drive them out of Konoha. Let them fend for themselves. Can. Ninja World Tsunade nodded, while everyone else remained silent. In this chaotic world, it is not so peaceful outside. Once expelled from the ninja world, the ninja will be considered a traitor and the villagers will be considered refugees. They will not be subject to any laws and will not be protected by the village, which can be said to be full of dangers. The probability of death is at least 50%, but if it's only 50%, it seems a little insufficient. Kakashi is such a loser, I'll have to finish off his affairs as well as my own. Ninja World Sasuke's eyes flashed red. Now that the matter of Sakumo is over, let's talk about the second shameful thing that bastard Naruto by Hiruzen did, which is abusing Uzumaki Naruto, the son of the fourth Hokage, a descendant of heroes. Imperial Setsuna sneered. The expressions of a group of Konoha ninjas changed again. This time they were not surprised that Naruto was the son of the fourth Hokage, because they already knew it with the information from the Empire. I was just surprised by what Teikoku Setsuna said about the so-called abuse of Uzumaki Naruto. The third generation also frowned. What does this mean? The third Kami has always treated Naruto well, Elder Setsuna. Don't talk nonsense. That's right. Naruto made a lot of mistakes when he was young, and it was the third Hokage who forgave him. Huh. Ridiculous. The fourth Hokage Minato Namikaze fought fiercely with the runaway Nine Tails to protect the village, but was ultimately defeated and sealed it at the cost of his life. His son Uzumaki Naruto is a Jinchuriki who also shoulders the mission of protecting the village and should have been trained as a pillar. But what was the result? Living in a small apartment, eating instant noodles every day, drinking expired milk, wearing cheap clothes. What happened to the Watergate couple's inheritance? In the end, Empire Setsuna said this. The third generation couldn't help but said, I did this to protect Naruto. Protect Naruto from what? Keep others from knowing Naruto's identity as a Jinchuriki. Ridiculous. Have you forgotten what other people call Naruto? Demon Fox. Demon Fox. When other spies hear this, who wouldn't doubt the identity of his own Churiki? The Empire shouted instantly. Let the 3 generations' faces change. The Konoha ninja's eyes also changed. Hypocritical guy. Let me ask you, why was it the young Minato Namikaze who used the Shiki seal in the fierce battle against the Nine Tails, and not the old you? Answer me. The Empire shouted again. I was rescuing the wounded at the time, said Sandai. Treat the wounded. What kind of excuse is that? You were the first to fight the Nine Tails. Why didn't you use the Shiki seal? To put it bluntly, I was just afraid of death at that time. In the final battle with Orochimaru, he acted like a hero. It was just disgusting. Orochimaru finally rebelled against Konoha, and as a teacher, you played an indispensable role. Besides, wasn't it because you let Orochimaru go that Orochimaru was able to defect successfully? You, the 3rd Hokage, looked shocked and looked at Teikoku Setsuna in disbelief, as if he was wondering why Teikoku Setsuna knew about this. Your good disciple Orochimaru has already joined the Empire. He told me when I asked him casually. The Empire sneered. 3 generations were speechless. The final seal of the Shiki on Orochimaru was nothing more than your inner self-salvation and your desire to gain a good reputation. If you hadn't let Orochimaru go, Konoha wouldn't have had a collapse plan. Imperial Setsuna taunted. Monkey. The 1st Hokage looked disappointed. The 2nd generation kept silent. So, I said that Saruto by Hiruzen was hypocritical, cowardly, and abusive to the descendants of heroes. Do you think it is true? The Empire glanced at everyone in Konoha. Everyone in Konoha was silent. It's a pity that Naruto has been captured by the Akatsuki organization and cannot hear this news. Otherwise, I really want to see what kind of expression he would have if the 3rd Hokage he has respected since childhood turned out to be such a bastard. The Empire said viciously. The 3rd Hokage lowered his head, somewhat afraid to speak. Of course, these are not the most extreme ones. The most outrageous thing is, Saruto by Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo jointly wiped out hundreds of people from the Uchiha clan. Almost no one was left alive, young or old, male or female. The Empire said harshly. The words fell. The 3rd generation and other ninjas were all shocked. Ninja World Sasuke opened his eyes and instantly revealed a Mangekyo. Finally, we've come to this point. Saruto by Hiruzen. Shimura Danzo. Mitokado En, Utain Koharu. You 4 old bastards. Do you know how painful it is for me to suppress my desire to kill you? Sasuke, a ninja who had already learned the truth from the Empire, burst into murderous intent, and his purple chakra could not be suppressed. Under this force, some cracks appeared on the ground. What? The destruction of the Uchiha. Monkey, did you and Danzo really do such a thing? The 1st generation said with an angry look on his face. Shadem-sama, at that time the Uchiha clan had the intention of rebellion, so Danzo the 3rd generation looked embarrassed. Don't just pin everything on Danzo. If you, as the Hokage, were firmly opposed, would Danzo have done such a thing? To put it bluntly, it's just your hypocrisy that's at work. You don't want to be tainted with the infamy of killing Uchiha, so you let Danzo take the blame. The Empire shouted angrily. I don't want this to happen either, but if the Uchiha really rebels, Konoha, which was already severely damaged after the Nine Tails rebellion, will be doomed. The 3rd Hokage explained hurriedly. Finished? If you really wanted to be finished, the Uchiha clan would have finished you off long ago during the Nine Tails rebellion. Damn old bastard. Ninja World Sasuke yelled at this time. Sasuke the 3rd generation wanted to say something. Ninja World Sasuke's Susanoo slashed out with a sword, turning it into countless fragments, and then due to the effect of impure world reincarnation, it continued to recover. You old bastard. There are hundreds of Uchiha. There are also many babies in swaddling clothes. You are going to kill them? Don't you and that bastard Danzo feel the slightest bit of shame? Ninja World Sasuke roared, and Susanoo slashed horizontally again, about to kill Danzo, who was fixed in place. At this time, Yumkogen and Yamanaka Feng, who were guarding around him, wanted to rescue him. One released a large number of bugs, trying to carry Danzo away. A reincarnation of the Ninja World Sasuke, who released his heart on Susanoo. But Sasuke just glared at them, and black flames started burning on their bodies at the same time. They began to scream miserably and rolled on the ground. As for Danzo, he was killed together. Maidaman En and Utain Koharu were shocked by this scene. Danzo, how dare you? When the other Konoha ninjas saw this, they all felt relieved. But this feeling didn't last long. A scene that puzzled them occurred. Danzo, who had just been killed by Sasuke of the ninja world, unexpectedly reappeared at the same place, looking at Sasuke of the ninja world with an angry face. Why? Why is Danzo alive again? How did he do that? The second and first Hokage frowned, with some vague guesses in their minds. Page 101. And Ninja World Sasuke covered his face and laughed wildly. How did you do that? Of course, I used the forbidden technique of my Uchiha clan. Izanagi. This is a forbidden technique that can only be performed by permanently destroying a Sharingan. As Sasuke of the ninja world finished his words, many people were still confused. They didn't understand how the Sharingan and Danzo were related until Ninja World Sasuke instantly came to Danzo, who was still immobilized, and tore off the bandages on his body, revealing Danzo's right arm and right eye. Looking at the red light and the densely packed eyes, a group of ninjas' eyes widened. They screamed in horror, how come? Sharingan. They're all Sharingan. Damn old bastard, you killed hundreds of my Uchiha clan members and took their eyes. It's ridiculous that a scum like this could survive until now as an advisor to Konoha. How long did the other three bastards protect him? Ninja Sasuke roared. The ninjas immediately turned their eyes to the third Hokage, Midokado En, and Utain Koharu, their expressions unable to suppress their anger and disgust any longer. We were unaware the three of them spoke almost at the same time. It's the same rhetoric again. It's really disgusting. A Hokage, two advisors, you know nothing. Then what on earth are you doing in this position? Isn't it time to put an end to your tricks for fooling young children? Especially you, Saruto by Hiruzen, you got all the good things, and Danzo did all the bad things. Damn bastard! Ninja Sasuke roared, and with another sword he chopped the newly recovered Saruto by Hiruzen into pieces. 101. Chapter 100 Danzo's Death. 101. Saruto by Hiruzen. Shimura Danzo. Midokado En. Utain Koharu. From now on, the four of you are no longer my disciples and guards, and you are no longer members of Konoha. As the second Hokage, I will expel you from Konoha. Along with you four are your clansmen, Senju Tabarama said with a sullen face. You four are simply not human. There are bastards like you hiding in Konoha. This is also my fault. The first Hokage, Senju Hashirama, said angrily and self-blamingly. Saruto by Hiruzen, I used to think you were just a bit lustful, but I didn't expect you to do so many bad things from today on. You are no longer my teacher. Tsunade also said with disgust. Damn it. Third Hokage no. Saruto by Hiruzen, you are not worthy of being the third Hokage of Konoha. Hypocritical and disgusting worm. You murdered your fellow villagers, tortured Naruto, a descendant of a hero, and killed the Uchiha clan. Such evil things, Saruto by Hiruzen, you are simply an old beast. We used to respect you so much. Hero. Ha. You're just a beast. Just four old beasts. The shame of Konoha. The Konoha ninjas cursed at the same time. The faces of Konoha F4 turned pale. Saruto by Hiruzen's mind was in a mess, and he felt like the whole world was collapsing. Throughout his life, he was greedy for fame and allowed Danzo to do many things for the sake of fame. but originally it seemed that the ending would be good after all. But now he was brought out of the impure world rescue and judged in front of all the Konoha ninjas. It can be said that his whole life of wisdom was completely destroyed. This made Saruto by Hiruzen feel cold and hopeless. I feel like all my life's hard work has gone to waste. I thought Sandai was a good person, but it turns out he is just like this. Hong, I think the child in your belly should not be named Sarutobai. At this time, Hongju also stood up and said. Sarutobai Hiruzen was stunned for a moment, then he looked at the red bean who was speaking, and the pregnant Yuhai Kurenai, and said with some trembling, Sarutobai Hong, is this your and Asuma's child? By the way, where's Asuma? Why didn't I see him this time? After he finished speaking, he looked around among the Sarutobai people, but he couldn't find his son. He's dead. He was killed by Akatsuki while on a mission. Red Bean Road. Hearing this, Sarutobai Hiruzen swayed and almost fell down. Dead is this my karma? No, Asuma still has a child. As long as he has this child, this child with sinful blood will never be born. At the same time, a ninja with an aged face stepped forward and said, You are Yuhai Shinku. Sarutobai Hiruzen looked at the other party. It's me. The ninja nodded and said to Yuhai Kurenai with a serious face, Hong, this child must be aborted. The Sarutobai clan is the most evil. If this devil's bloodline is allowed to be passed down, the entire Yuhai clan will be disgraced. So it must be aborted. Asuma-sensei's child. The new generation of Inoshikachu felt very complicated when they heard this. Shikamaru wanted to stand up and say something, but was held down by his father. Don't get involved in this mess. If Sarutobai Hiruzen does something like that, his clan members and direct descendants will definitely be implicated. If this child is born, there will be no place for them and their child in Konoha. Shikamaru could only sigh upon hearing that. Father. Ziyurahong was even more hesitant. She and Asuma Sarutobai have feelings for each other. But the current situation is too complicated. What was originally thought to be the descendant of the Hokage turned out to be the current situation. Hong, if you still recognize me as your father, then abort the child. Your mother and I will never recognize the evil existence of the Sarutobai clan's bloodline. Zai Rai Zhen Hong said solemnly. Hong, don't hesitate. The evil bloodline of that old bastard Sarutobai Hiruzen was born. Don't you think about whether he will follow the path of that old bastard in the future. Hongdu also said. Other friends who knew her also tried to persuade her. In the end, Ziyurahong could only nod with tears in her eyes. Seeing this, Sarutobai Hiruzen's body swayed again, and this time he really couldn't stand firmly, and fell directly to the ground, muttering, Asuma's child is gone. All of this is because of me. I only have Konohamaru. As he said this, he thought of his only grandson, Konohamaru. Humph. This farce makes me feel much better after watching it. But the above three things are only part of what these beasts did, and do not represent all of them. Tenzu Yamato. Everyone knows that he can use wood release, but have you ever thought about why? The answer is simple. Danzo and Orochimaru cooperated and used the members of the Senju clan to conduct research together. Anyway, the Senju clan was integrated into the entire Konoha long ago, so if some people were missing, no one would notice at all. Why did Hisashi Hinata die? It was once the #1 village in the ninja world, but because of constant internal strife, masters like White Fang died, and in the end, he was forced to commit suicide in order to give an explanation to the Hidden Cloud village who intended to seize the Byakugan. On the other hand, the Sarutobai clan is now the largest clan in Konoha. How much money did Sarutobai Hiruzen pocket when he was the Hokage? Konoha Orphanage is simply a gathering place of darkness. Is this Konoha or hell? Tell me, thousand-handed old ghost. And you 4 bastards? The Empire also roared again. This is another big event. Make the people involved look angry. The unity of Konoha used to be to protect everyone from being bullied by outsiders, but now it's getting interesting. It's really interesting that outsiders don't even need to bully the people of Konoha, but the people of Konoha bully themselves to death. The Empire's Kisame is pushing the fire. The faces of everyone in Konoha were extremely ugly, but at the same time, the look in his eyes when he looked at Konoha F4 became even more angry. Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! Many Konoha ninjas shouted. Mitokado N was so frightened by the living Utain Koharu that he stepped back repeatedly. No! You can't do this to us. We once shed blood for Konoha. We are Konoha's heroes, your hero. A ninja roared and suddenly attacked Utain Koharu, hitting the old woman in the face with a straight punch, sending her flying. Immediately, other ninjas attacked Mitokado N and beat them up. The wails of the two advisors echoed at the gates of Konoha. Some people also turned their eyes to Danzo, wanting to take action against him. Ninja World Sasuke glared and said, "Danzo is mine." You idiots of Konoha! Exclamation after hearing this, the Konoha ninja shifted his gaze. Remove Danzo's immobilization. I want to deal with this guy myself and let him experience what despair is, said Sasuke of the ninja world. Upon hearing this, Imperial Itachi also nodded. Next moment, Danzo finally recovered. He first glanced at everyone around him with an unpleasant expression, then looked at Ninja World Sasuke and said, "Damn Uchiha brat, I shouldn't have listened to Itachi and kept you as a nuisance. But now is the time to make up for the mistakes made back then," he said, making hand seals. Wind release vacuum jade, page 102. Several air bombs were shot directly at the Susanoo of Sasuke in the ninja world, without any fear at all. Pen, 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 pen. There were several consecutive loud noises. The fourth stage of Susanoo was just emitting smoke, without any damage at all. Ninja World Sasuke roars, "Idiot, in front of Susanoo, your ninjutsu is as ridiculous as a toy. Go to hell." Susanoo sweeps across. Danzo jumped to avoid it. Isaka no Magatama. Susanoo waved his other hand, and several purple chakra Magatama flew out, blasting Danzo into pieces. But soon, Danzo was resurrected at the original place. The second time, when Sasuke from the ninja world saw this scene, he just said coldly. The next moment, black flames ignited and Danzo fell down wailing. The third time, two more arms appeared under Susanoo's arms, transformed into crossbows, and shot Danzo with one arrow. The fourth time, Susanoo smashed Danzo flat with one punch. The fifth time, Susanoo stretched out its hand, and the sharp Chidori spear pierced Danzo's body. The sixth time. Every time, Sasuke of the ninja world used different methods to kill Danzo. At this moment, among the ninja Sasukes trained by the Empire, Danzo was like a baby, completely unable to resist and was constantly tortured and killed. The people of Konoha who were watching were both shocked and relieved. "You damned old devil Danzo. You deserve to die." They glared at Danzo with gnashed teeth. The Sharingan closed one by one. Danzo also found that the gap in strength between himself and Sasuke of the ninja world was too great, and there was no chance of winning in conventional combat. "I can only use Shisui's kaleidoscope. Find an opportunity." The blood-red windmill spun and stared directly at Ninja World Sasuke, but Ninja World Sasuke was still not affected at all. Instead, he taunted, "Stupid old dog, the battle between Sharingan is a battle of pupil power. How can it possibly work on me without the eyes of their original owner? Die!" The huge Susanoo covered Danzo with both hands, and the next moment, Danzo was in a state of confusion. Then he felt a pain in his right eye. His last kaleidoscope had been dug out. "Damn Uchiha brats. Damn Konoha idiots. I have given so much for this village, and you have no idea. And now you are hoping for my death. Stupid. How stupid. Without me, Konoha will surely decline. You will regret it." I could feel the strong breath of death permeating within me. Danzo roared at everyone in Konoha with some madness, and then without waiting for Sasuke to make the final move, he stabbed his own heart with one hand. Then blood burst out from his body. Damn it! This is the four symbols seal. This bastard Danzo wants to die with us. Everyone, disperse. Disperse. A Konoha ninja recognized the ninjutsu used by the other party at the last moment and exclaimed in surprise. Danzo's body and blood turned into symbols. 102. Chapter 101 Konoha F4. All four clans are destroyed. 102. It's almost finished. The Empire just glared. Danzo's body appeared in an open space 1,000 meters away. No. Damn Uchiha. Damn Konoha's stupid people. I won't give in. I'm right. You will regret it. Definitely. Only I can lead Konoha to prosperity. With one last roar, he absorbed a large portion of the surrounding earth before disappearing. Danzo Sarutobi Hiruzen, Udatane Koharu, and Maido Kado and all looked grieving. Their words had just fallen. 3 more rays of Amaterasu's black flames erupted. Utain Koharu and Maido Kado and fell to the ground screaming. Sarutobi Hiruzen endured it silently. Ninja World Sasuke's right eye was bleeding and tearing, but he covered his face and laughed wildly. Ha 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 cry. Scream. Then die in pain and despair. Father. Mother. And all the Uchiha, did you see this? I have avenged you. Wait for me. I will soon send that stupid damn Itachi to hell and make him repent for what he did. Ha 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 Sasuke, although revenge is something to be happy about, you have overused your Mangekyou. Even with the Imperial Potion, it will still hurt your eyes. Imperial Itachi reminded. But at this moment, Sasuke in the ninja world was just laughing wildly. Sasuke seeing him like this, Sakura and Ino were very worried. Utain Koharu and Maido Kado were soon burned to death. Sarutobi Hiruzen is constantly transforming between destruction and recovery. Almost no one felt sad for them, they just looked at them with disdain. The black sheep of Konoha has finally been eradicated, thanks to everyone in the Empire. The first Hokage expressed his gratitude to everyone in the Empire. I didn't teach my students well, the second Hokage said after a long silence. HMPH. After all, he is the evil old thousand-handed ghost empire sneered. The second Hokage didn't dare to refute this at all, and his face was full of gloom and annoyance. Everything is settled. The first, second and third Hokage were quickly released from the impure world reincarnation. The 4 clans of Sarutobi, Utain, Maido, and Shimura were expelled from Konoha. Tsunade from the ninja world led everyone in the empire towards the Konoha village. At this time, some Konoha ninjas did not notice that the original ninja world Sasuke and Imperial Itachi silently retreated to the back of the team and finally disappeared. Outside Konoha village, the 4 tribes of Sarutobi, Maido, Utain, and Shimura, who were driven out of Konoha, are walking on a somewhat desolate land. As they walked, a group of people were still cursing, "Damn it! Those idiots in Konoha actually drove us away. How despicable! That girl Tsunade, Sarutobi Hiruzen is her teacher, and he actually did this to us. Our Sarutobi clan is the largest clan in Konoha. Without us, Konoha will be finished sooner or later. That's right. Without our 4 clans, let's see how they fight other ninja villages in the future." A group of non-ninja people from the 4 clans cursed. The group of ninjas remained silent. Sudden, a cry of surprise rang out. Rebel ninja Uchiha Sasuke. Uchiha Itachi. Everyone was startled and looked forward. I only saw this moment. Sasuke of the ninja world and Itachi of the Empire were standing in front of them with indifferent expressions, blocking the way and looking at all of them. Damn it! Uchiha Sasuke, what do you mean by blocking our way, a traitor? How ridiculous, rebel ninja! You bunch of scum are the ones who have been deprived of your identity. Of course, I came here to wipe out the rebel ninjas and the rebellious refugees. Ha 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 Ninja World Sasuke covered his face and laughed wildly. You You want to kill us. The four tribesmen finally understood what Ninja World Sasuke meant, and said in her next moment. In a flash, the figure of Sasuke from the ninja world rushed into the Sarutobi tribe, and swung the Kusanagi sword in his hand, stabbing 4 people to death. The other 4 tribes were all shocked when they saw this. One of Sarutobi's ninjas shouted, "Damn Uchiha Sasuke, don't think you can do whatever you want with Susanoo. Everyone, join me in launching a joint ninjutsu. Burn this bastard to ashes. Art fire escape ho fireball. Fire release, fire dragon flame bullet. Fire escape the great fire extinguishes." A series of fire-style ninjutsu were used, and they merged into one during the flight, bombarding towards Sasuke of the ninja world in an overwhelming manner. That kind of power would pale in comparison to even ordinary S-level ninjutsu. This is the power of combined ninjutsu. This is also the fundamental reason why few people dare to confront the ninja village. Susanoo. Sasuke of the ninja world faced the terrifying fusion ninjutsu without any panic. He condensed the huge Susanoo and raised his right hand. A large shield carved with intricate patterns appeared in Susanoo's hand. Susanoo used his terrifying fire escape to attack it, which immediately turned into 2 torrents that burned past him. Rumble. The flames even engulfed the entire Susanoo. The ground on both sides was burned into red glass, and thick smoke rose up. The 3 tribes of ninjas smiled even more upon seeing this. One has been dealt with. Now, it's your turn, Uchiha Itachi from another world. I will let you see the power of the real big clans of Konoha. Page 103. Their words fell. A contemptuous voice sounded. With this level of ninjutsu, do you think you can defeat my Susanoo? What? The ninjas from the 4 clans were all shocked when they heard this. The flames slowly dissipated. Susanoo, holding a shield, appeared in front of them unharmed. How is this possible? Even if it's Susanoo, it can't withstand this level of fire escape. Idiot, ordinary Susanoo may not work, but what I hold in my hand is the Shield of Achilles, a spiritual weapon specially designed for Susanoo by the Empire. How can it be defeated by a mere flame? Ninja Sasuke laughed and was not in a hurry to take action. The 4 clans were intimidated by Sasuke's Susanoo in the ninja world, and were also somewhat restrained. They tried their best to observe Susanoo's flaws and look for opportunities. Just now, Ninja World Sasuke threw the 4 corpses of the Sarutobi clan around him to Imperial Itachi on the side. Imperial Itachi took them and performed the impure world reincarnation again. Not a moment. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo, Utain Koharu, and Mito Kato-en opened their eyes. Looking at the 4 tribes in front of them, the 4 people were confused. How did we get summoned? Who did it? It's me, said Ninja World Sasuke. The 4 of them turned around and saw Sasuke from the ninja realm and Itachi from the Empire. As soon as Utain Koharu and Maidamen saw Ninja World Sasuke, they remembered the feeling of being burned by the black flames. They trembled all over, with a trace of fear in their eyes, and said, "It's you. Uchiha Sasuke, what do you want to do?" "Ha ha 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 ha, what do I want to do? You 4 bastards wiped out hundreds of people from my Uchiha clan before, leaving no one alive, young or old, male or female. You don't think that this time, I'm just going to ruin your reputation and expel your clan from Konoha, right?" Ninja World Sasuke covered his face and laughed wildly, and finally his expression became extremely evil. You, do you want to kill everyone?" Sarutobi Hiruzen, Utain Koharu, and Mito Kato-en all became terrified. "No, you can't do this." The 3 wanted to continue speaking. Ninja World Sasuke has already yelled, "I have to do this. You old bastards. Open your eyes and watch. How did your own people die tragically before your eyes? I want you to feel the pain I felt back then." Boom! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Susanoo's 3 arms condensed into 3 purple swords, and with a powerful swing he chopped dozens of people into pieces. These dozens of people did not die immediately. Some of them had broken legs or lost half of their bodies and were wailing and screaming, "Ah! It hurts! It hurts so much! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! You can't do this! We are the heroes of Konoha. We are forgive me, help, someone help me." A group of people were screaming, among them, Saruto by Hiruzen even saw the miserable state of his grandson Saruto by Konohamaru. Konohamaru. Damn it! Stop it, Sasuke! Stop it! Saruto by Hiruzen was extremely angry. The other three were equally angry and were ready to attack Sasuke, but the next moment, they felt they had lost control of their bodies. Impure world reincarnation restricts them. At this time, the four of them could do nothing except moving their heads, moving their eyes, and opening their mouths to speak. Damn it! Uchiha Sasuke! You beast! Let us go! We're going to kill you! We were all once members of Konoha. Why are you doing this? Even if we did something wrong before, others are innocent. Saruto by Hiruzen, Utain Koharu, and Midokado N were heartbroken. If they were alive, they would probably shed tears of blood. Only Danzo remained silent. I suddenly felt a little relieved that I had no offspring. As for the other members of the Shimura clan, let them die. Ha 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 ha, this is wonderful. Is this the pleasure of revenge? Kill them wantonly amid the wailing of your enemies, and slaughter all their descendants in front of you four old bastards. This is the consequence of you slaughtering the Uchiha. This feeling is so wonderful. Ha 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 ha, Ninja World. Sasuke spread his arms and laughed wildly. Even if the ninjas of the four clans worked together and performed joint ninjutsu, they still seemed weak in front of the large spiritual shield specially equipped for Susanoo, and they were destined to be slaughtered. Soon, blood and body parts were everywhere. The shrill wails echoed within a radius of thousands of meters. Beast! Beast! Damn Uchiha Sasuke, you will go to hell. Definitely. We curse you. Saruto by Hiruzen, Utain Koharu, and Midokado N roared loudly. Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You four old bastards, you slaughtered my Uchiha clan before. Didn't you think about the consequences today? All this is retribution for you. Go to hell after death. Then I will kill all of you again. Ha 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 ha, Ninja World. Sasuke laughed wildly and eventually killed everyone. There were nearly 1,000 people from the four major clans, and not a single one survived. The blood and body parts dyed the ground red for 1,000 meters. Saruto by Hiruzen, Utain Koharu, and Midokado N finally cried out their last breaths, staring blankly at the blood and corpses scattered all over the ground. It's gone, all gone. What are we working so hard for? Let me die. Let me die now. Please let us return to Huanquan immediately. No. I don't want to see this hell on earth anymore. 103. Chapter 102, Ninja World. Sasuke Empire Itachi vs Akatsuki Organization. 103. How does it feel? Imperial Itachi slowly walked up to Ninja World Sasuke and said, "Ah, I feel more comfortable than ever before. Now the only thing missing is my dear brother, that idiot Uchiha Itachi." Ninja World Sasuke covered his face, tilted his head, and had an evil smile on his face. That's good. Anyone who dares to challenge the Uchiha clan should be killed. I will leave these four old bastards here to feel the despair until the energy of the sacrifice is exhausted. Imperial Itachi said with an indifferent look. That would be best. Upon hearing this, Ninja World Sasuke smiled again. Saruto by Hiruzen, Utain Koharu, and Midokado N trembled all over. Beasts, you two beasts, you will not die a good death. I curse you, this is all your karma. Ridiculous stuff. Why is it that when something is imposed on others, I cannot bear it at all when it comes to myself? Ninja Sasuke said sarcastically at the same time. Akatsuki has also taken action. After they learned that Abido from the Empire had appeared, they began to think about seizing the Three Tails. Gather everyone in the organization and prepare for action. However, due to the relationship with the Empire, they were much more cautious and let Ju sneak into Konoha first to observe the situation. It would have been fine if he hadn't observed it. As soon as he observed it, he sought soon aid from the ninja world, returning to Konoha with a group of ninjas. Having watched several imperial martial arts tournaments, Ju became despair at that time. He knew that with the current strength of Akatsuki, it was impossible to defeat so many powerful people from the empire. What should I do? Is it true that Mom's resurrection plan is over? No, I don't want it. Mom, I miss you so much. Wait, that Sasuke and Itachi left. These two guys are definitely quite powerful. If they can be killed first, it would weaken Konoha's power and pave the way for capturing the Three Tails. Yes, kill these two guys first. Thinking of this, Setu quietly returned from Konoha, returned to the Akatsuki people, and told them his plan. Sasuke from this world and Mr. Itachi from another world. What a strange combination. They both wanted to kill each other, but because they were from different worlds, they were magically combined together. Kisama grinned. Ha ha ha. Two pairs of Sharingan. I'm really looking forward to blowing them up to the sky together. Deidara rubbed his hands together. There is no time to lose. Let's kill those two guys quickly, otherwise we will delay for too long and their reinforcements will arrive. Ninja Abaido urged. Even though Nagato felt somewhat contemptuous of Abaido's caution, he did not refuse. It just so happened that he also wanted to know what the powerful imperial people described by Zetsu and Abaido were really like, so they took action together. Somebody is coming. Imperial Itachi was just about to return to Konoha with Ninja World Sasuke. He stopped and turned to look in a certain direction behind him. Come on, what's there to worry about? Ninja Sasuke disagrees. He is now extremely confident in his own strength. I sense murderous intent. This group of people should be coming for us. Imperial Itachi said lightly. Next moment, a flock of white clay birds fell from the sky. Page 104. Art is explosion. Drink. A roar was heard, and countless birds exploded close to Sasuke of the ninja world and Itachi of the empire. Rumble. The powerful flames almost covered an area of 100 meters. The earth was shattered by the explosion, but the next moment, the smoke was dispersed. A fourth-level Susanoo several tens of meters high rose from the ground. On the other side, 100-meter-tall red Susanoo wearing Tengu armor, with wings on his back and holding a sword and shield also rose from the ground. Sasuke of the ninja world and Itachi of the empire appeared in the bodies of two Susanos respectively. Looking at these two tall giants, the faces of the people from Akatsuki organization changed slightly. What is this? Does the Sharingan have this ability? The Mangekyo's Susanoo was also known as the power of God in ancient times. Everyone, be careful. Ordinary ninjutsu cannot break Susanoo's defense. Ninja World Abaido said gloomily. Both of these guys' Susanoo are very powerful. Setsu's eyelids twitched as he looked at the Imperial Itachi's Susanoo. How is this possible? This is the perfect Susanoo. Could it be that Itachi from another world has taken Sasuke's eyes? No, that's not right. It's different from the perfect Susanoo. It looks much smaller. Why is that? Even Ninja World Sasuke was somewhat surprised by the abnormality of Empire Itachi Susanoo. What's wrong with your Susanoo? Isn't it said that only the eternal eye can be opened in its complete form? Take a close look at my Susanoo. It can only be considered a semi-complete form, the product of long-term use of the imperial secret medicine and the combination of the cells of the sacred tree. Once you take more secret medicines and sacred tree potions, you will be able to achieve this level. Well, let's stop talking and get rid of the enemy. Imperial Itachi said calmly. The huge half-complete Susanoo just swung hard, and 100-meter-long sword energy flew towards Deidara and others in the sky. What an exaggerated monster. It actually possesses this kind of long-range attack capability. Deidara manipulated the clay bird to dodge. Mr. Itachi from the other world is really strong. Then I'm going to join in too. Water style, 1,000 sames. Kisama jumped in the sky, suddenly formed a seal while in midair, opened his mouth and spit out a violent flood. which burst out and submerged the two Susanos. The water formed into thousands of sharks, which attacked the two Susanus one after another. I didn't expect that Kisame from the ninja world would have such amazing chakra. Sasuke was constantly bombarded while inside Susanoo. Even with a large spiritual shield to resist, he could not stop the constant bombardment from all directions. Feeling the vibration of Susanoo and the consumption of chakra, he couldn't help but be a little surprised. But he didn't care too much, and said arrogantly, "Guys from the Akatsuki organization, tell me the whereabouts of Itachi and Naruto, and I can spare your lives." Oh my, what an arrogant brat," Kisame said with a strange look on his face. "You've been rejected? Then I'll beat you into despair." Susanoo then transformed into a bow and arrow, and the arrow broke through the layers of waves and shot towards Kisame, who was surrounded by the sea water. However, Kisame's speed in the sea was unexpectedly fast, and he dodged with just a move of his body. "You're pretty quick at hiding, little shark." Ninja Sasuke finished his words. "All things are attracted by heaven." Tendo Pain and the other 6 paths jumped down from the air. Tendo raised his hands towards Sasuke's Susanoo, and the powerful suction force pulled Sasuke's Susanoo towards Tendo. Being hit suddenly, Ninja World Sasuke was able to get closer and noticed Tendo Pain and the others around him. Looking at those mysterious circles of eyes, Ninja World Sasuke was a little surprised. Rinnegan. How can there be so many? 104. Chapter 103, Imperial Itachi's ability Okunaneshi no Makoto. Akatsuki's collapse. 104. Okay. Imperial Itachi was startled by the shout and looked over in surprise. He narrowed his eyes and looked into the eyes of Tendo Pain. It's really the Rinnegan, but this situation is not right. These Rinnegan should be fake. They are the ability of the Rinnegan, the 6 paths puppet, but even so the Rinnegan alone is already very troublesome. Sasuke, you retreat first and notify the Empire. I will hold these guys back. After saying that, Imperial Itachi Susanoo waved his other hand, and one Madatama after another flew towards Chiandao. In the presence of God, resistance is useless. Chiandao shouted indifferently. Pain from the Hungry Ghost Path used the bodies of the other 6 paths to move in the air, came in front of the Heavenly Path, and opened his arms. Several Magatama bombs were slowly absorbed. Tusk. I didn't expect that I would come across the Rinnegan when I came out to solve some trouble. What a trouble. Ninja World Sasuke complained. 2 big swords appeared on his arms and pierced into the ground to prevent himself from moving continuously. Wood style, wood dragon technique. Feel the urge to defecate. Another strange shout was heard. A huge wooden dragon flew up from behind Sasuke's Susanoo in the ninja world and hit it heavily. Keep sending Susanoo to the heavenly path. It was just the first day of the confrontation. The 6 paths of pain displayed their strange abilities and suppressive power. Deidara and Kisame couldn't help but admire, as expected of the leader. He is so powerful. And that new guy isn't bad either. However, Imperial Itachi looked at the Hungry Ghost Path, who was absorbing the 8-plate Magatama with a strange look on his face. Strange, why is the speed at which the Hungry Ghost absorbs chakra so slowly? If it was Sasuke's Samsara Eye, an attack of this magnitude would be absorbed instantly. Even if the master of the Samsara Eye is inferior, he should at least have the strength of a super shadow upper stage. This strength. Imperial Itachi was shocked and suspicious. He swung the sword again. Boom! Exclamation, exclamation. The huge sword energy tore through the air, making a roar. Run straight towards the sky. This time, Chen Tianren was finally interrupted. Tiandao raised his right hand. Shinratengen. Boom! Exclamation, exclamation. The terrifying repulsive force exploded and collided with the sword energy of the Imperial Itachi, causing a rumbling sound in the sky. Until the repulsive wall was broken, the sword energy was deflected and flew in another direction. Finally, it hit the ground, creating a 1,000-meter crack. This scene shocked Itachi of the Empire, Sasuke of the Ninja World, and Pain of the Heavenly Path. Itachi of the Empire and Sasuke of the ninja world did not expect that Shinra Tensei could be shattered with just one sword. The opponent seemed to be far less powerful than expected. And Tendo Pain didn't expect that his Shinra Tensei would be shattered by a simple sword. The Itachi in the other world in front of me is much stronger than expected, so there might be some trouble. The mentality of both sides has changed. Ninja Sasuke immediately gave up the idea of escaping and smiled grimly. Compared to that annoying guy with the Rinnegan in another world, your strength is nothing. Say it. His eyes glared at Tiandao and the wooden dragon behind him. Black flames ignited. But in the next moment, Tiandao used Shinra Tensei to deflect the black flames, and the wooden dragon was quickly burned to ashes. Tusk. Sure enough, there are still some troubles, huh? After Ninja World Sasuke finished speaking, he suddenly found another masked man running towards him. Ninja World Sasuke did not care about this and continued to attack Tendo. As a result, the masked man, under the shocked gaze of Ninja World Sasuke, went straight into the interior of Susanoo, and the air vortex was spinning. Ninja World Sasuke just disappeared in front of everyone. What a useful ability. This way, we only need to deal with one person first. Kisama smiled. He continued to control the shark to hit Susanoo. Apart from that, he really didn't know what to do. Facing Susanoo's outstanding defensive capabilities, other attacks are completely ineffective. Deidara can only place bombs remotely to consume Susanoo. In the distance, Ju watched this scene and couldn't help but let out a sigh. Fortunately, if we lock one Susanoo into the divine power space, even if the other one is much more powerful than an ordinary Susanoo, as long as it is not a true complete form, we can still win. Ju thought so. The result is the next second. The figure of Sasuke from the ninja world reappeared next to Itachi from the Empire. This made Sasuke and other people in the ninja world stunned. Don't be surprised. This is my ability Okuninashi no Makoto. It can form a bond with one person and allow us to come to each other regardless of distance or space. Just now, you were a little careless and got caught in the divine power space transfer. Imperial Itachi explained. I was indeed a little careless. I didn't expect that the ninjas in this world also possessed Kamui. Wait, Kakashi has Kamui, and his eye belongs to Abido of this world. So, did that guy just dig out Abido's other eye? Ninja World Sasuke said, seeming to realize something. I guess so. Imperial Itachi nodded. Neither of them doubted that Abido, who had been confirmed dead, was still alive. Another little rat trying to spy on the Uchiha's power. Ninja World Sasuke's expression suddenly darkened. What is the other ability of your kaleidoscope? I think I need to know it so that we can cooperate better. Okanoki's other ability is the combination of forces. Imperial Itachi said as his right eye's kaleidoscope spun. Sasuke immediately felt an enormous force being bestowed upon him. Page 105. This power. Ha 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 ha, I feel endless power. Ha 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 ha. Same moment. Imperial Itachi's half-complete Susanoo, 100-meter tall body, expanded again in front of the eyes of the Akatsuki organization. It didn't stop until it was 220 or 30 meters. It's not over yet. Complete Susanoo, curse seal form. Ninja World Sasuke laughed wildly. The black mark slowly covers the body of the complete form of Susanoo. What a great ability. Okuninashi. Ha 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 ha, now I can do everything. Hey, are you kidding me? Are we going to face this kind of monster next? Deidara in the sky looked at Susanoo at this moment and couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat. Kisama also swallowed his saliva. It's over. Black Setsu's face turned pale. Chanda Pain looked solemn and said stubbornly, everything is useless before God. God, are you worthy of that? The only thing that can truly be called the power of God is the perfect Susanoo. Sasuke in the ninja world roared wildly. He felt that he now had gained the power to completely control the complete form of Susanoo. He swung his right hand vigorously. The complete Susanoo form, cursed seal form, also followed with a sweep. A huge sword energy of hundreds of meters swept across. The wind pressure generated by the swinging blew away a large area of ground. The flood that had originally submerged half of the body was now just above the waist. With one swing, it was all swept away. Deidara in the sky and Kasame in the flood were all flying backwards like ants in a storm. Shinra Tengen. Tendo Pain roared and increased the power of Shinra Tensei. The powerful repulsive force also scraped off a layer of skin from the earth. The sword energy and repulsive force collided again. This time, there was almost no obstruction, and the sword energy broke through the repulsive force and then annihilated Tiandao Pain and the four surrounding paths. With its power undiminished, it cut off the forest several kilometers behind and a mountain more than 10 kilometers away. A mushroom cloud rose from the distance. Looking at everything in front of him, Ninja World Sasuke could no longer hold back his laughter. Ha 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 ha, awesome. This power is truly amazing. With it I can do anything. Now I'm a god. As he spoke, he looked down at Deidara and Kasame, who had just recovered after being blown away, with an amused look on his face. I'll give you one more chance. If you want to live, tell me the news about Itachi and Naruto. Hey, isn't this too exaggerated? This Kasame's hand-holding same Hadas couldn't stop shaking. He swore that this was the strongest he had ever seen since he started working as a ninja. It's completely out of the dimension that a ninja should be in. Damn it. Are you kidding me? Our Otsutsuki organization is actually going to fight this kind of monster. How can we possibly win? Art this what kind of art is this? Deidara stared blankly at the shocking scene of destruction, with a look of obsession on his face. We can't fight anymore. Retreat quickly. Take those two guys with you. They are still useful. Black Setsu quickly appeared next to Obaido in the ninja world and shouted. Ninja World Obaido's expression changed continuously, and he flew quickly towards Deidara. Aren't you going to tell us Itachi's whereabouts? Then you two can die together, ants. Ninja World Sasuke crossed his arms. Susanoo slashed again, and the sword energy of hundreds of meters instantly chopped Ninja Deidara into ashes. Then he killed Kasame with another sword. Two S-rank rebel ninjas, strong enough to fight against the cages of various villages, were killed instantly like ants. They had no power to resist. Damn it, with this kind of power can the plan really continue? Ninja World Obaido looked at the huge crack that spread out over 10 kilometers after the two sword energies passed by, and his heart trembled. He couldn't help but doubt the feasibility of the plan. However, Sasuke of the ninja world did not give him much time to think. He slashed with another sword, forcing him into the divine power space. Uzumaki White Setsu and Afei screamed how terrible, and burrowed into the ground. The entire Otsutsuki organization collapsed under the power of Sasuke of the ninja world and Itachi of the empire. Humph. You are a bunch of lowly ants, rats coveting the power of the Uchiha. You won't be so lucky the next time we meet. Ninja World Sasuke looked down at the vast destroyed land and said proudly, "This is a bad idea. If we bring Obaido with us this time, that little rat won't be able to escape. We can't handle that guy without spatial abilities. Let's go. It's time to leave here and return. Elder Shauna should be waiting for our good news." Imperial Itachi said as he retracted the power of the Mangekyo, and the terrifying Susanoo began to shrink. This made Ninja Sasuke, who had just felt the invincible power, feel a little lost. Let's go then. The two then turned and left. As for the Konoha F4 impure earth forms who were fixed in place and witnessed the entire battle between Otsutsuki and the two, they had a look of disbelief on their faces. This pair of brothers actually control such a terrifying power, damn it. Who can kill them in this situation? Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. You bastard deserves to go to hell. They couldn't help feeling despair. Why is that kind of villain so powerful? An underground space. The skinny Nagato took a heavy breath and slowly opened his eyes. What's wrong, Nagato? Conan, who was guarding Nagato, couldn't help but ask. I lost, Nagato said with a gloomy expression. Lost? Nagato, you are the savior who possesses the eyes of the Six Paths sage. How could you lose to someone else? Conan couldn't believe it. I was too arrogant before what God? What savior? It's ridiculous in front of the real power of God, Nagato said dejectedly. What's wrong? Nagato, tell me. Conan became anxious when she saw Nagato's look. Nagato took a deep breath and then gave a brief account of what happened. After hearing this, Zionin was also shocked. With one sword, he shattered the Shinra Tensei, killed the 5,000 and also cut through a mountain more than 10 kilometers away. Ninjas like Deidara and Kasame were also killed with one sword. This world, how could there be such power? Zionin's voice trembled. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I would never have believed it. Nagato said helplessly. Then what should we do? Konoha plus these two brothers will definitely attack us later. The current Akatsuki organization will not be able to resist at all. Zionin looked somewhat desperate. Nagato was speechless for a moment. That's when Abido from the ninja world, Uzumaki White Zetsu, and Black Zetsu emerged together from the twisted vortex. Seeing these three people, Nagato looked gloomy. You three guys are back, but the plan can no longer go on. Even if all the former Akatsuki members gather together, they can't defeat that monster. You're right, in the real world, no one can defeat that kind of monster. But the world of the dead may not be the same. Ninja world, Abido said. What do you mean? Nagato asked in surprise. Black Zetsu was the same, but he quickly thought of something. Abido, are you planning to use the impure world reincarnation? That's right. In the world of the dead, there are powerful people from every era. If we rely on them, we may be able to win and capture the three-tailed fox. Ninja world, Abido nodded. But can you do impure world reincarnation? A long time ago, I was quite interested in Orochimaru's experiment, so I followed him for a while and found the impure world reincarnation scroll in his base. Ninja world, Abido said, pulling out a scroll. Looking at this scroll, hope immediately appeared on Nagato and Black Zetsu's faces. As expected of you, Abido. You did a great job. This way we still have hope. Hope, are you sure? Is there anyone among the dead who can really fight against that kind of monster? Nagato was still in doubt. Don't worry, the real Uchiha Madara is definitely not inferior to that guy. Black Zetsu comforted. Really? This is best. Now let's prepare well and then launch the ultimate battle against Konoha. As long as we capture the three tails and summon the complete 10 tails, we will win. 105. Chapter 104. The Great Toad Immortal's Prophecy Dream. The world is about to be destroyed. 105 at the same time. Ninja World. Jiraiya stood on a tree and looked at the prosperous Konoha in the distance and couldn't help but smile. Konoha, I'm back again. I don't know what's going on with that brat Naruto now. He couldn't help but feel a little excited. Pen. As a result, a cloud of smoke spread at this time. A toad appeared next to Jiraiya and said, Jiraiya, Jiraiya, the old ancestor has something urgent to discuss with you. The great toad immortal is looking for me. I see. Jiraiya nodded, and the two of them immediately reversed their spiritualism and appeared on Mount Myaboku. Jiraiya then met the couple Fukasaku and Shima, and under their leadership, they soon arrived at the place where the giant toad sage was. The old and huge toad immortal slowly opened his eyes. Little Jiraiya, you're here, big toad immortal. Are you looking for me? Jiraiya said, feeling a little strange at the same time. The big toad immortal didn't even ask who the visitor was. Page 106. The same is true for Fukasaku and Shima, but it is not explored in depth. I had a dream, the big toad immortal spoke slowly. Jiraiya, Fukasaku, and Shima were all shocked. Dream? A prophetic dream? I dreamed of a hellish world. The big toad immortal had cloudy eyes and a low voice. What? A world like hell? Jiraiya, Fukasaku and Shima were all shocked. The sky is black, the earth is cracked, a towering tree pierces the sky, absorbing nutrients from the earth, causing the entire world to fall into destruction. How could that be? Didn't you say before, Great Toad Immortal, that the child of prophecy would save the world? In front of this tree that destroyed the world there is a tall, burly man. He will dominate the new world. Ye cough, cough, cough. The Great Toad Immortal was talking to himself, and at this point he began to cough violently. Big Toad Immortal, why don't you take a rest for a while? Jiraiya said worriedly. The same is true for Fukasaku and Shima. You must don't want what? Big Toad Immortal. No, woo-wa. The Great Toad Immortal was unable to utter his last words, and he let out a wail, suddenly leaned backwards, kicked his limbs, and became motionless. This really scared Jiraiya, Fukasaku, and Shima. The man and two toads quickly flew to the Big Toad Immortal and found that the Big Toad Immortal was already dead. How could this happen? The Great Toad Immortal is dead. Jiraiya couldn't help but take a step back, a look of astonishment and disbelief on his face. This old fool was apparently fine before. Is it because of the prophetic dream? This kind of prophetic dream consumes a lot of energy and physical strength. This is why, among the 3 holy places, the old guys in the other 2 holy places are still alive and well, but the Big Toad Immortal is in a state of decline. What did the Great Toad Immortal want to say before he died? Should we not let that terrifying enemy succeed? I just had this prophetic dream. Does it mean that the child of prophecy was defeated in the battle with that terrible enemy? What should we do? Is the world destined to be destroyed? No. We must not let this happen. The information obtained by the Great Toad Immortal at his death must not be wasted. I must prevent this from happening. Jiraiya's face was both sad and serious when he finished speaking. Ninja World Konoha. The Hokage meeting just ended. The crowd dispersed one after another. In the end, only Tsunade and a group of elites from Konoha were left in the ninja world. They all looked somewhat serious. Tsunade-sama, do we really have to be so direct? Contact the 5 great nations and wait for them to come and persuade them to surrender. If we do that, if something goes wrong, it could turn into a world-class war. Kimichi Choza's chubby face was filled with worry. Yes, I'm afraid those ninja villages won't surrender so easily. Of course I know this, but what happened afterwards actually has little to do with us anymore. The people of the Empire will take care of it. Why do you think people from other villages in the Empire come here? Ninja World. Tsunade rubbed her temple tiredly, feeling mentally exhausted. What just happened at the entrance of Konoha village really made her feel tired. His former teacher Saruto by Hiruzen and the other 3 old guys did things that were more outrageous than the other. It was no exaggeration to say that they were the evil of Konoha. This made her feel that her condition had not been very good, and she didn't want to take care of things. At this moment, she was full of laziness. Isn't it so that when a conflict breaks out, someone can stand up and show mercy? Or to deal with the corresponding village? Lu Jiudao. That's right, only when one's own people are with each other can one be most reassured. Ninja World. Tsunade said, leaning back in her chair and looking at the ceiling. Lady Tsunade, just now Uchiha Sasuke and Itachi seemed to have disappeared. They might. Chikaku said again. I know, let them do as they please. For what those 4 old guys did, it's not too much to exterminate the entire clan. It's just a pity that so many people were killed. But why, when those 4 old guys were doing these things, didn't they think about whether this day would come, and whether their relatives and descendants would suffer the same thing one day? Tsunade shook her head. When she thought about her own people being integrated into Konoha and then being captured and used as experimental subjects, she wanted to cut those 4 old guys into pieces. Danzo and Orochimaru? How could there be no shadows of the other 3 people? Are the Anbu members just there to do nothing? What hateful old things. The other Konoha ninjas nodded silently upon hearing this, and then left one after another. Where on earth did Jiraiya go? Why is there no news about him yet? Tsunade thought tiredly. Suddenly I felt some movement at the window. I turned around and saw Jiraiya opening the window and climbing in. Jiraiya, you're finally back. Tsunade suddenly smiled. Yes, Jiraiya replied, and then his expression became extremely complicated. So much so that Tsunade was a little surprised. What's wrong? You look so depressed. This is totally unlike you. The great toad immortal is dead. Really? Tsunade was silent for a moment. Before he died, the great toad immortal had a prophetic dream. A prophetic dream? What did it dream about? The sky is black, the earth is cracked, and a towering tree pierces the sky, absorbing nutrients from the earth, causing the entire world to fall into destruction. In front of this tree that destroys the world, there is a tall, burly man. He will dominate the new world, and we have to stop him, Jiraiya said with a serious look. The destruction of the world. A tall, burly man dominating a new world. Why are these terms so ninja world? Tsunade looked a little strange as she listened to Jiraiya's story. Big and strong. Why did these adjectives instantly remind her of that man? What's wrong, Tsunade? Do you have any thoughts about this dream? Or have you seen such a man? Jiraiya said with a changed expression. Jiraiya, you've been away from Konoha for quite some time, so you don't know a lot about current things. I will now briefly tell you about the current situation. Tsunade sighed and told the whole situation. After Jiraiya heard this, his expression changed several times. Another world, the Shenwu Empire and us. Is this true? You can go and see the accommodation I arranged for people from another world. As long as you see those people, you will believe it. Tsunade sighed. If all of this is true, then the other world is definitely not as friendly as it appears. Their goal may be to destroy our world, Jiraiya said with a serious look. Are you exaggerating? I have been in contact with those people for a long time, and many of them are no different from us before, Tsunade said with a grim expression. The other world is another world, and we are us. The two are different after all, and there is also the divine martial emperor, the thousand-handed celestial being. There are no such guys in our world. With the existence of this kind of guy, any variables are possible. Plus the prophetic dream of the great toad sage, I'm sure they are definitely not good people, Jiraiya said seriously. Even if you say so, it's useless. The strength of the imperial people is beyond your imagination, Tsunade said helplessly. Are they really as strong as you say? They are only strong, not weak. Some of the strong ones among them can destroy an entire village alone, Tsunade said helplessly. It's so exaggerated that I find it hard to believe. Then I will accompany you to the back mountain to practice, so that you can feel the power of martial arts, and you will understand the gap, Tsunade said. Konoha back mountain. Rumble. There was a series of roars. Finally it stopped completely. Jiraiya held his stomach and looked at Tsunade approaching with a constipated look on his face. Tsunade, you have indeed become much stronger. I surrender. How is it? Have you realized the power of martial arts? Tsunade slowed down her pace. I understand, it's really amazing, and you're just a beginner. Jiraiya's expression was a little gloomy, but even so, I won't let them destroy our world. That was just a dream. You were talking about a savior before. If these prophetic dreams are true, then there is no need for us to work hard. Wouldn't it be better to just let the savior save the world? Tsunade stroked her forehead and sighed. This Jiraiya was speechless when he heard this. He knew that this was a conflict of fundamental ideas between the two sides, and it was impossible to convince the other side. Don't be impulsive. I've thought about it. If the prophetic dream is true, then is it possible that the world was destroyed because of our resistance? These words made Jiraiya stunned again, and his expression was hesitant. 106. Chapter 105. The Hidden Rain Village. Sasuke and Itachi's meeting. 106. He was silent for a long time, then changed the subject. By the way, was Naruto captured by the Akatsuki people? It's most likely them. After all, Naruto is also a Jinchuriki. Akatsuki organization may be in the Hidden Rain Village. Jiraiya paused. The Hidden Rain Village. Are you sure? Of course, I was originally planning to take one last look at you and Naruto, and then go to the Hidden Rain Village to check it out. Now, let's leave it to the people of the Empire to take a look. If they still cared about superficial things, they would at least rescue Naruto. Page 107. Jiraiya said, then said goodbye and left. He still returned to Konoha. However, he did not show up, but disguised himself as an ordinary person, and he also asked Tsunade to keep it a secret. He began to investigate and track the Imperials in the village. I want to see the true colors of these people. The former Uchiha clan chief compound and the Sarutobi compound not long ago at this time. Ninja World Sasuke, Imperial Itachi, Obaido, and Satsuna sat together after listening to the incident of Imperial Itachi's battle with the Akatsuki organization. The Empire said angrily, "How dare the little rat from Akatsuki touch our Uchiha's Mangekyo? It's simply courting death. I have killed 2 of them, but unfortunately Obaido was not there at the time, otherwise none of them would have escaped alive," said Ninja World Sasuke. I am so pathetic in this world. I gave one eye to Kakashi, and the other was taken away by someone else. Imperial Obaido sighed. Where exactly is the Akatsuki organization? How are you going to investigate? I'm getting impatient to wipe out those little rats, said Ninja World Sasuke. Green Oasis has already sent out a fleet of drones to conduct large-scale aerial reconnaissance. I believe they will be able to find their traces in a few days. Imperial Itachi said. Drone swarm? You can understand it as tens of thousands, or even tens or millions of flying spiritual beasts patrolling the sky. As expected of an empire, it has a large number of summoned beasts. Ninja World Sasuke nodded in relief. That's when several people turned their heads and looked towards the gate. Ambu people. What are you doing here? My lords, Lady Tsunade asked me to tell you that news has arrived that the Akatsuki's base is in the Hidden Rain Village. The Hidden Rain Village. The Water City? Imperial Itachi muttered. Thanks to the news from Lord Tsunade, we now know that Akatsuki will no longer exist, Satsuna said. Upon hearing this, the Anbu also left immediately. The 4 Uchiha stood up from their seats. Let's go, destroy the Akatsuki organization, rescue Naruto, and try to get back before dinner. Ah, let's go, then. The continuous drizzle continued to fall from the clouds. Itachi from the ninja world was wearing a black Akatsuki robe with red clouds on it. He was leaning against the gate of a tall tower, watching the dripping rain. I don't know where my thoughts are flying to. It's been several days ever since I was sent here by Pain to guard the tower. I don't know what's going on with the major ninja villages and Konoha. Pain. Did he see through me completely? Should I continue to stay in Akatsuki or go back to report? He couldn't help but look back at the end of his thought. Several rain ninjas were standing behind him, staring at him straight. It's really troublesome sudden. He suddenly raised his head and looked up at the sky. I saw a light blue Susanoo, at least 70 meters high, breaking through the clouds and appearing in the field of vision. Then, 3 ninjas dropped from the sky. As the 3 ninjas continued to descend, Ninja Itachi finally saw their appearance clearly and couldn't help but exclaimed, Sasuke, and this is me, Elder Satsuna? How is this possible? Clatter, clatter, clatter. 3 light landing sounds were heard. Ninja World Sasuke, Imperial Itachi, and Imperial Satsuna looked directly at Ninja World Itachi. There wasn't much anger in the eyes of the 3 men, but rather sadness and ridicule. We finally meet. Itachi, for the past 3 years, I've been thinking about you all the time. I just didn't expect that you joined the Akatsuki organization just to be their watchdog, Ninja Sasuke said with a mocking look on his face. Knowing the whole truth, Sasuke, the ninja who had just destroyed the F4 clan of Konoha, was unexpectedly calm. After all, he is the guy who served as a dog for Danzo and Saruto by Hiruzen in this world. It seems normal for him to change his master and continue to be a dog. Empire Setsuna said indifferently. Your existence is a mistake. Let us correct this mistake now, you pathetic person, Imperial Itachi said, closing his eyes. The Uchiha trio's sharp words pierced Itachi's heart, and at the same time made him think. Serving as a dog for the third Hokage and Danzo, could it be that Sasuke knows something? What do you mean by this? He asked. It means exactly what it says. I know all the stupid things you've done in the past, said Ninja Sasuke. Do you understand? Itachi from the ninja world had a complicated expression. But I can't agree with you, you stupid thing. Ninja Sasuke scolded. Itachi in the ninja world was silent. As a member of the Uchiha clan, you actually got close to that old bastard Saruto by Hiruzen and acted as his spy, reporting all the news of the Uchiha clan to that old bastard Saruto by Hiruzen. You are not worthy of being an Uchiha, said Ninja World Sasuke. If the Uchiha clan rebels, the entire Konoha will be in danger of destruction. Itachi from the ninja world finally couldn't help but explain. Who forced us to do that? My Uchiha clan was forced from the center of Konoha to the edge of the village. Don't you know why? There is nothing the third Kami can do. The Uchiha Hawks are too extreme. Isn't it because those old dogs, the third Hokage and Danzo, forced us to do that? That was all because of the Sharingan during the Nine Tails Rebellion. If there hadn't been that Sharingan at the time, everything would have been different. The final outcome was all Uchiha's own fault. Ridiculous. You participated in the destruction of the Uchiha clan, but you don't even know if there is anyone who can control the Nine Tails. If the Sharingan belonged to someone in the clan at that time, how could it have been watched by the ninjas sent by that old dog Danzo? Finally, I will let you destroy me. It's just a stupid thing done by an outsider who stole the Sharingan, but you actually put all the responsibility on our Uchiha clan? You idiot. You only have the body of an Uchiha, but not the heart of an Uchiha. Ninja World Sasuke said a few words to Ninja World Itachi. His expression gradually turned cold. The most important thing is that you clearly had a better way to handle it at that time, but you cowardly chose the powerful Konoha side. You deceived yourself and moved yourself into thinking that you protected the Uchiha. It's ridiculous. A better way to handle it? What do you mean? Itachi from the ninja world looked puzzled. You already possessed the Mangekyou at that time, right? Because of Shisui's death, Sasuke said. That's right, since you already have the Mangekyou, why don't you show it? That way, many Uchiha will believe you. Once you gain the trust of the other Uchiha clan members, you can unite with your father as the clan leader, suppress the Hawk faction, and then lead the Uchiha clan out of Konoha. Since Konoha can't accommodate us, can't the entire ninja world accommodate us? Or are you used to being a dog? Can't leave your master? Ninja World Sasuke said sharply. Itachi couldn't help but cover his heart. Konoha will not let Uchiha go easily in Konoha's eyes at that time. Uchiha was too dangerous. Since we have already made concessions and they still refuse to let us go, let's fight them. As long as they are willing to let the Konoha ninjas suffer heavy casualties, then let's fight. We Uchiha have experienced several great ninja wars, but we are not so cowardly. Better to die with honor than live in disgrace. We Uchiha are not so easy to bully. Ninja Sasuke shouted. Your ideas are extreme, Sasuke. No, you are too cowardly. Because of your cowardice, you killed your father and mother. Killed all the innocent Uchiha. You who think you are noble and bear everything, let me live? This is ridiculous. Do you think I will thank you? I never thought about it that way. HMPH, it doesn't matter. I'm here to kill you anyway, you idiot Uchiha Itachi. You don't deserve the Uchiha's forgiveness. I'm not qualified to forgive you on their behalf. You can go to Hades and reunite with Danzo and the others, and then you can continue to be their dog. Ninja Sasuke said mockingly. What do you mean? Itachi was shocked. Isn't it obvious? Sasuke has already wiped out Danzo, Udatain Koharu, Midokado En, and all 4 clans including Sarutobi. The Imperial Setsuna sneered. What? You killed them all? Itachi's pupils shrank. What? Are you sad about your master's death? What shug? The Empire said instantly. And the Konoha you care so much about will no longer exist. I and my companions will completely destroy it, and no one can stop me. Ninja Sasuke smiled evilly and launched a fatal attack. Itachi felt a pain in his heart and blood flowed from the corner of his mouth. He was already in poor health, and after receiving this kind of news, he could hardly bear it. After all, in the original work, he wore Shisui's eyes and recorded the order to protect Konoha. At first, he wanted to use it on Sasuke, who might go berserk after learning the truth. From this we can see that in his heart, Konoha is greater than Sasuke and greater than everything else. Hearing suddenly that Konoha was going to be destroyed was almost as hard for him to accept as if his younger brother had died. You want to take action against Konoha? Chapter 106. Itachi of the Ninja Realm asked with a heavy heart. Of course. Konoha, which wiped out the Uchiha clan, doesn't deserve to live in this world. While speaking ambiguously, Sasuke from the ninja world flashed to Itachi's side and swung the Kusanagi sword to chop him directly. 107. Chapter 106. Imperial Itachi defeats Ninja Itachi. 4K 107. So fast. Is this how strong Sasuke is now? Itachi's pupils shrank, and he felt happy but also heavy in his heart. If it were in the past, if he discovered his younger brother's strength, he would be happy to be killed by his beloved younger brother, but it is different now. He must defeat him, and then defeat the other 3 guys around him to ensure the safety of Konoha. Konoha must not be destroyed. Itachi in the current ninja world. He doesn't want to die. With a leap back, Itachi dodged Sasuke's sword and formed seals with his hands as fast as an afterimage. Art fire escape ho fireball. What a boring thing. Martial arts. Change your stance. Sasuke's speed did not slow down at all. The huge fireball hit several meters in front of him, and then slid upwards. Finally, it disappeared into the clouds in the sky. Ding! Swish! The approaching ninja Sasuke cut the blocking ninja Itachi and his kunai in half with one sword. Caw, quack, quack, the crows scattered all over the sky. At this moment, several ninjas in charge of surveillance finally reacted and wanted to support Itachi of the ninja world. The Empire raised his hand in an instant, Saruda Hikonomakoto. These ninjas were immediately frozen in place and unable to move. Tell us where the rest of the Akatsuki are. The Imperial Setsuna asked. We don't know what you are talking about, but if you dare to attack us you will regret it when God returns. The god of the Hidden Rain Village will make you feel pain. Do not you know? The sound of the Empire gradually became lower and sharp spikes appeared above the ground. The Imperial Itachi put a hand on his shoulder. That's enough, Elder Shan. These guys are not our targets for revenge, and they don't pose a threat, so just spare their lives. Wanton massacres will only damage the reputation of the Empire and hinder the Empire's plan to recruit people. And through our perception just now, we also know that there should be no powerful ninjas in this city. This action can only be described as unfortunate. The Akatsuki people who had previously attacked Sasuke and me were apparently frightened, so they directly moved their position. Being able to catch the Itachi of this world is considered good. Humph. Empire snorted coldly, finally put down his hand and turned his attention back to the battlefield. What's wrong? What's going on? Uchiha Itachi. Didn't you say you would let me live on until I have the same eyes as you and then come back for revenge? Why do you only have so little strength now that I'm here? You can only run away like a dog in front of me. Come on. Defeat me head-on. Ninja World Sasuke roared continuously, the Kusanagi sword in his hand dancing like an afterimage. forcing Uchiha Itachi, who was holding a kunai, to retreat again, and kicked him away when he wasn't paying attention, and several fireballs were sprayed out in succession, bombing the opponent so much that he could only rely on the crow clone to dodge. Itachi, the already seriously ill ninja world, was no match for Sasuke. Physical strength was quickly consumed in the high-frequency close combat, and soon he was out of breath and somewhat unable to dodge. Another sword thrust came. Itachi from the ninja world finally couldn't help but glare next moment. In the ninja world, Sasuke felt as if the world was spinning around him. Appeared in a blood-red world. He himself was tied to a cross, and Uchiha Itachi in front of him was holding a short blade and whispered, "Welcome to the world of Tsukuyomi, where space, time, and mass are all controlled by me. I'm sorry, Sasuke, I have to defeat you and those 3 dangerous guys here to protect Konoha." After saying that, Itachi of the ninja world stabbed his short sword directly into Sasuke of the ninja world's abdomen. Oh, it hurts. Ninja Sasuke felt the pain of the short knife piercing his body, but he sneered and said, "But this kind of pain is nothing compared to being mercilessly killed by a trusted member of your clan. Those Uchiha you brutally murdered suffered 100 times more pain than I am enduring now, Itachi." Ninja world Sasuke roars. The words were like a sharp knife, piercing Itachi's heart again. His heart trembled as he thrust another sword into Ninja Sasuke's body. "Ha ha 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 ha, this pain is truly incredible. Ha ha ha, but you can't use it to trap me. No way." Ninja world Sasuke roared, and the Mangekyo in his eyes also spun violently. The whole moon read the world and began to tremble violently. A fierce confrontation ensued between the 2 pairs of kaleidoscopes. Soon, the space was completely shattered. Ninja world Sasuke and Ninja world Itachi were both panting and staring at each other with bloody eyes. This time, the duel between the 2 sides in Tsukuyomi space was not a duel in the sea like in the original work, but the result of both sides giving their all. "Sasuke, you have really grown a lot." Itachi from the ninja world couldn't help but sigh. "Damn it. He's just a guard dog." Ninja world Sasuke only felt annoyed by Itachi's praise, and after cursing him, he still wanted to attack. Imperial Itachi flashed and appeared beside Ninja world Sasuke, put a hand on his shoulder and said, "That's enough, Sasuke. The power you consumed in the previous battle has not yet been fully recovered." This time the kaleidoscope showdown was a bit too forced. "Uchiha Itachi's life is yours, but before he dies, I think I need to see him." "Damn it. I don't let these things affect your bright future. Don't you want to be as strong as him? Or are you ready to fall behind the future Naruto?" Imperial Itachi said here. Ninja world Sasuke clenched his fists, stopped attacking, and stepped aside. "Damn it. Then I'll leave this bastard to you. Let him feel despair and powerlessness. Have you changed people? That's good. This way you don't have to hold back." The moment that Itachi of the ninja world thought to himself. Kaleidoscope glared again, tumultuous. In an instant, black flames burned directly on the body of the Imperial Itachi. Imperial Itachi allowed the black flames to burn him, and turned his head to stare at Ninja Itachi indifferently. "You are really impatient, but this level of Amaterasu will not work on me." As he spoke, Pi gushed out of his body, and then, as if he was shedding a layer of outer shell, a layer of Kai and black flames separated from his body. How come? Itachi from the ninja realm was shocked when he saw Imperial Itachi easily escape from the strongest fire Amaterasu. Don't be so surprised. The fun has just begun. I promised Sasuke that I would make you feel desperate and powerless. The Imperial Weasel whispered, took a breath slowly, and little flames burned all over his body. With the next breath, these flames turned into a raging fire. This is... Itachi from the ninja world looked at the changes in Itachi from the Empire with some surprise. Fire breathing technique, permanent explosive mode. This is the highest level of fire breathing technique, and only a few geniuses can master it. Empire Setsuna explained on the side. Ninja Itachi still doesn't understand, but he seems very strong. The same is true. Because of the next moment, The Imperial Weasel simply held his hands in front of his mouth. Art fire escape ho fireball. A ball of flame spewed out of its mouth, and then quickly turned into a huge magma ball that was at least 10 meters in size, flying towards Itachi in the ninja realm with unparalleled power. As the lava ball rolled, a lava path was burned on the ground, causing Itachi of the ninja world and several other controlled rain ninjas to twitch their eyelids. This is called a fireball. Don't think we don't know ninjutsu. The Great Fireball is just a sea-level ninjutsu with limited power and is difficult to kill. And the one in front of me is even more outrageous than the A-level one. Itachi from the ninja world didn't dare to take it head-on and dodged it with a jump. Fire release. Phoenix Immortal Fire Technique. Next moment, the Imperial Itachi spurted out dozens of half-meter fireballs from his mouth again. The ninja Itachi tried his best to dodge. One by one, the phoenix fire exploded around him, creating holes with a diameter of 2 or 3 meters, which made people's eyelids twitch. Fire release dragon fire technique. The next fire escape of Imperial Itachi arrived again, and the raging fire rushed towards Ninja Realm Itachi with the power to destroy the world. It covers several hundred meters in front and 60 to 70 meters on both sides. Damn it! Where does this guy come from? How could he be so outrageous? Ordinary ninjutsu became extremely terrifying in his hands. B-level dragon fire jutsu is comparable to S-level ninjutsu. No, I can't dodge it. There's no other way, I have to use that. Itachi of the ninja realm was extremely shocked. Seeing the flames getting closer and closer, the bright red chakra suddenly condensed and turned into a giant. The flames of the dragon fire jutsu flowed from both sides of Susanoo. Large areas of land were burned into charcoal and crystallized. Even the tower where Nagato once stood was destroyed. But it was still unable to hurt the bright red giant at all. Rumble. The earth continued to tremble and roar. The destruction of the tower alarmed a group of rain ninjas. They heard the noise and quickly approached, only to see the slowly collapsing tower and a devastating torrent of fire. Page 109. Damn it! Someone attacked the tower where God resides. What a powerful fire escape technique. The enemy this time is different. Let's join forces. Kill this guy, otherwise God will punish us and we will all be in trouble. When they said this, they wanted to attack. As a result, at this moment, several huge Magatama energies flew out from the flames and hit Imperial Itachi, forcing him to jump to avoid it and hit the ground. Boom! Another earth-shattering explosion sounded, and a strong hurricane blew away some of the approaching rain ninjas. Let the rain ninja at the rear stay for a short while. The Imperial Itachi who stood back up didn't care about these rain ninjas at all, but looked at the ninja world Itachi and said, "Is this your Susanoo? Is it just the third form? Third form? What does that mean?" Itachi's expression changed. "What I mean is there are higher forms above. You don't seem to have fully mastered it." "It doesn't matter, I will let you see it clearly," Imperial Itachi said. A kaleidoscope emerges and spins. A half-complete Susanoo statue, 100 meters tall and wearing Tengu armor, rose from the ground. In front of it, humans are as small as ants and houses are as low as earth slopes. Looking at this giant god who is as tall as a god, a group of rain ninjas took root, their legs trembling, some of them were frightened. What is this? Is this the true power of God? Who is the real God? How can a mortal resist such a monster? We just actually wanted to fight this kind of monster. Fortunately, we stopped just now. The rain ninjas were terrified and tried to control their legs to move backwards. But the fear in their hearts made it difficult for them to complete this simple action easily. Some even fell to the ground and began to crawl. Others would stab their thighs with kunai, use the pain to numb their fear, and then start running away. Itachi from the ninja world was also dumbfounded when he saw the monster in front of him that was nearly 5 times taller than his Susanoo. His Susanoo looked as ridiculous as a child who had not grown up in front of the Susanoo on the opposite side. What exactly is going on? Why does the fake in front of me also possess a Mangekyo and can use such a powerful Susanoo? Who is the real Uchiha? Such a powerful and terrifying guy is the enemy of Konoha. Konoha might be in real danger. Can I really protect Konoha? Itachi from the ninja world couldn't help but doubt himself. No, I must protect Konoha. Although his Susanoo is bigger, I have the divine weapon. I haven't lost yet. Itachi of the ninja world thought about it to the end, his eyes determined. He approached the huge 100-meter-long Susanoo, raised the 10-fist sword in his hand, and slashed it hard on the knee of the 100-meter-long Susanoo. Then, exclamation, a sound of metal clashing was heard. The 10-fist sword cut into the knee of the 100-meter-long Susanoo 1 meter deep, and it could not move forward any further. Oh, you still have the courage to continue attacking? With such courage, you shouldn't be reduced to being Sarutobai's lackey. What drives you to be so brave and protect Konoha? The Imperial Itachi murmured. The 100-meter-high giant swung his sword and chopped off the head of Itachi's Susanoo. Susanoo, who was about 20 meters tall, raised the red 8-foot mirror to block the giant sword that was much bigger than its body. Then, exclamation, the 8-foot mirror blocked the attack and was not shattered. But the heavy force is like playing whack-a-mole. Knocked down the ninja realm Itachi and his Susanoo together to 7 or 8 meters. The ground even cracked open, with long spiderweb-like cracks spreading out. The horrifying vibration knocked the already terrified rain ninjas to the ground one by one. Ah, someone come save us. Lord God, Lord God's messenger, save us. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Move my legs. How horrible. How could there be such a monster in the ninja world? Let us go. Get out of here. Woo, I don't want to be a ninja anymore. Please spare us. Even if no one attacked the rain ninjas, these guys were almost scared crazy. Upon hearing this, the Empire laughed and said, "Your god has long since abandoned you. He fled from us like a dog. Do you expect this kind of guy to save you? Don't worry, as long as you don't seek death yourself. We have no interest in killing ants." What? God was defeated. Impossible. God is the one who defeated Hanzo, and he is the hope of Yukakure, but God did not show up, and if the opponent is a monster like this, God may be powerless. Many rain ninjas screamed. Boom, 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 boom. One blow after another. Imperial Itachi's Susanoo chopped several times, and finally smashed Ninja World Itachi's Susanoo directly into the ground. I stayed with my wife until 10 o'clock and went home. I just finished typing. That may be all for today. 108. Chapter 107, Itachi's death in the ninja world. The 4 great ninja villages come to Konoha. 108. Itachi of the ninja world could no longer hold on. A mouthful of blood spurted out in the pit, and Susanoo dissipated directly. Is that all? Uchiha Itachi. It seems your determination to protect Konoha is just this. Ninja World Sasuke sneered and roared, appeared in front of Ninja World Itachi, who was lying on the ground like a dead dog and coughing up blood, and grabbed his collar and stared into the other's eyes. I lost these guys around you who have unknown origins. Each one of them is stronger than I can imagine. Sasuke, it's dangerous for you to follow them, Itachi from the ninja world said weakly. Dangerous? A traitor who killed his entire clan and his parents actually calls others dangerous. How ridiculous. Uchiha Itachi. Didn't you always want me to become an avenger? An avenger who can abandon everything and attack his best friend to obtain the kaleidoscope. I have done it now. As you wish. I abandoned all ties with Konoha, and in pursuit of power, I first joined Orochimaru, and then joined the new, stronger organization. I have been given great power over you. I dealt with those old bastards in Konoha. And you, why are you so unhappy now? Shouldn't you be laughing? Itachi, everything is going as you expected. Itachi, even if it costs me a little, what does it matter? As an avenger, shouldn't I be prepared to sacrifice my life? Ninja World Sasuke smiled grimly and roared. Itachi's heart trembled in the ninja world. For the first time, he felt a little regretful, regretting that he had forced his brother to this point. But there is no regret now. For my brother, for Konoha. It seems that's the only way. Forgive me, Sasuke, for Konoha. For your future. At this moment, a crow suddenly appeared beside Itachi of the ninja world, and with a sudden blink of its eyes, it revealed a Mangekyo and glared at Sasuke of the ninja world. This moment, Ninja World Sasuke paused and stood still. The Empire, who had been paying attention to the situation, sneered, "You still have a kaleidoscope hidden? But no matter what the power of the kaleidoscope is, it can't save you. In your current state, I'm really afraid that you'll be drenched to death by the rain the next moment. Tusk, I wanted to torture you, but now it seems hopeless." Imperial Itachi couldn't help but frown at the situation. He felt something was wrong. The main Jikayo rotated and looked at Sasuke in the ninja world, and his brows raised. "What's going on, Itachi? Could it be that this bastard's last main Jikayo is very powerful? What ability did he use?" Imperial Satsuna noticed the abnormality of Imperial Itachi and asked. "It's by Tian Shen. He should be the other eye of this world's Shisui. He wants to use the power of Kato Matsukami to change Sasuke's will." Imperial Itachi used the ability of Okininashi to instantly understand the situation, and at the same time, his eye power exploded. Ninja World Sasuke immediately covered his head and wailed, "What?" His whole body trembled violently, and after a long while, he finally returned to normal and glared at Itachi in the ninja realm with an ugly face. "Uchiha Itachi, you bastard, you are used to being a dog, and you actually want me to be a dog of Konoha like you? Is it worthy for me to work in such a dark place ruled by scumbags? You are indeed a selfish guy. You always just want others to act according to your will. You never consider others." "What? Other gods?" Actually, Itachi of the ninja world was a little surprised that Sasuke of the ninja world was not hit by Kato Matsukami. "Is it because of you?" He then turned his attention to the Imperial Itachi. Page 110. "That's right. My Okuninashi can perceive and eliminate abnormal conditions of the object of the bond." Imperial Itachi said. "Okuninash cough cough cough, who are you? The Uchiha clan shouldn't have people like you, cough cough cough. Why are you targeting Sasuke and Konoha?" Cough cough cough. Itachi of the ninja world was already exhausted at this point, and had no strength to fight anymore. He could only ask with his last breath, "Targeting Sasuke? What a ridiculous statement. We, the Uchiha clan, will repay our debts and avenge our grudges. Those bastards who dared to lay hands on Uchiha must bear the consequences." The Empire said instantly, "Uchiha Itachi, you are a failure of the ninja village's education. Your mind and will have long been twisted. You are so despicable that you actually want to use your twisted mind to pollute little Sasuke. I cannot allow this." The Imperial Itachi also said, "You are so abominable, Uchiha Itachi. After you go to hell, that old dog Naruto by Hiruzen and his relatives should be very happy. After all, you are a loyal dog and have been very obedient from beginning to end." After Ninja World Sasuke finished speaking, he stretched out his hands towards Ninja World Itachi's eyes, clasped them without hesitation, and then threw them to Imperial Itachi. "This pair of Sharingan is yours." Imperial Itachi took it calmly. But Itachi of the ninja world was filled with a huge wave of emotion. "Sasuke gave my Sharingan to someone else. What did he want to do?" As expected, Sasuke was deceived. "Damn it!" He was about to speak. Ninja World Sasuke pierced his heart with a sword. "Wow, Sasuke, you need my eyes. My eyes can give you eternal light and let Konoha go. Just consider this as my beg you," Sasuke Itachi said in pain. "You are such a hopeless idiot." He wishfully believed that joining Naruto by Hiruzen and helping them eliminate the Uchiha was the way to save the Uchiha and Konoha. "I wish I could become Konoha's watchdog like you." Wishful thinking that I would use your eyes. Your life is a failure, Itachi, because your wishful thinking is completely useless. Konoha is about to perish, and my friends and I are the real culprits of Konoha's demise. I will not use your eyes, they will only become my friends and a tool to destroy Konoha. Disgusting, hypocritical, selfish guy, go to hell, I don't want to hear anything you say now. Ninja World Sasuke growled and twisted his right hand hard. Itachi of the ninja world finally died, his face filled with unwillingness, annoyance, and a hint of regret. He eventually went to hell with too many unknowns and unwillingness. The last few words seemed to have hurt this bastard. Empire Setsuna looked at the unwilling face of Itachi after his death with admiration. For those who think they are on the right path and always think they are right, the thing they cannot accept the most is to find out that their efforts are useless. That is more painful than being cut into pieces. Imperial Itachi said and buckled Crow's Manjikayo again. The patter the rain kept dripping. At this time, there was no one around and the frightened rain ninja and villagers crawled away from here even if they had to crawl. Rain continued to drip from the sky, washing away Uchiha Itachi's sinful blood. Ninja World Sasuke silently raised his head, looked at the dark clouds in the sky and the rain that kept falling, the corners of his mouth slowly curled up, and then began to shake his shoulders, letting out a creepy laugh. Ha ha hum ha 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 ha. I have finally completed my revenge. Father, mother, and everyone else. Rest in peace in the underworld. Those old bastards in Konoha. And that bastard Itachi. I killed them all. After that, as long as we wait until the 5-cage conference is held, Konoha and all the ninja villages in the entire ninja world will cease to exist. This time, we Uchiha are the final winners. Ha ha ha! His wild laughter could be heard from 1,000 meters away. Imperial Abido slowly landed, and after Susanoo disappeared, he looked at Imperial Setsuna and Itachi. Then he let Shinobi Sasuke laugh wildly for a few minutes until he stopped. The Imperial Weasel said, "What are your plans for the future?" "Plan? Join the Empire, become stronger, and then defeat that stinking guy." Ninja World Sasuke said without hesitation. The annoying look of Imperial Sasuke came back to my mind again. The Imperial Itachi nodded, paused and said, "Nice ambition, but as the only survivor of the Uchiha in this world, little Sasuke, I think you should have more important things to do." Huh? Something more important? What? Ninja World Sasuke was confused. Imperial Itachi's expression suddenly became extremely serious. Seeing this, Ninja World Sasuke was confused and his expression gradually became serious, staring at Imperial Itachi with his Manjikayo. Until the Imperial Weasel uttered 4 words, "Reproduce offspring." Huh? Ninja Sasuke was confused. Empire Setsuna and Empire Abido both looked as expected. "Procreate, little Sasuke. You are now the only Uchiha survivor in this world. Although the 2 Uchiha will merge later. But your real parents and clansmen should still hope that you can restore the Uchiha reputation in this world, right? To do this, you naturally need to reproduce more offspring, right?" Imperial Itachi said seriously. "This reproduce, restore the reputation, although that's what I said, but why does it feel weird?" Ninja Sasuke frowned. "What's so strange about that? In the age of the ninja village, it was normal for teenagers to get married and have children, right? Moreover, getting married and having children is a very sacred and solemn matter. It is something that every major clan needs to deal with seriously." Imperial Itachi said. "This your emotions feel a little off. Damn it. Don't get so close to me. Oh, by the way, where's that guy? Is he married?" Ninja World Sasuke looked at Imperial Itachi, who was leaning towards him with an increasingly serious expression, and said with some disdain, "This Sasuke is not married." Imperial Itachi's face turned a little sour when facing the question from Ninja World Sasuke. "Huh? That guy isn't even married yet. Why should I be in such a hurry? My current goal is to defeat that arrogant guy. Women are just a hindrance," said Ninja World Sasuke. How could this be the Sasukes of the two worlds? Neither of them wants to get married and have children. My lovely nephew, when will I be able to hold him in my arms? The Imperial Itachi said, somewhat lost. Ninja World. Sasuke listened to these words. His eyes twitched, and he glanced at Teikoku Setsuna and Obito, his eyes revealing a hint that this guy had meant this before. Itachi is like this. He always wanted to hold Sasuke's son, but he didn't expect that it would be impossible for his own family, so he planned to put his plan on you. The Empire said instantly. Can't this guy give birth on his own? Said Sasuke from the ninja world. He's been trying hard with Izumi, but there's been no results. The Imperial Hospital's examination found that while his and Izumi's bloodlines are stronger, they are somewhat mismatched, and their fertility rate is very low. Imperial Setsuna said. I see. I didn't expect Itachi from another world to be like this. Sasuke of the ninja world suddenly realized, and had the illusion that he had just met Imperial Itachi today. Let's go. The last few rats of Akatsuki will probably never come back. Imperial Obito said at this time. Ah, those sewer rats, who knows what they are hiding in some dark sewer, struggling to survive. But it doesn't matter, they are just a few rats. Next time I find them, I will kill them myself. Ninja World. Sasuke said calmly, then paused and said, by the way, this operation failed. Will that idiot Naruto get into trouble? Be at ease. Even if Naruto dies now, the Empire has the ability to revive him. The Empire Setsuna said. Ninja World. Sasuke nodded, and the group finally left Yugakure. Soon after, Black Setsu sneaked in quietly and discovered the situation of Rain Village. The entire Akatsuki organization did not dare to return to Rain Village. In a dark cave, the remaining members of Akatsuki gathered together. Nagato looked extremely unhappy and said, those guys actually knew our base. Uchiha Itachi was killed, but fortunately they did not attack ordinary people in the village. Konan also frowned. If this happens, there will only be a few of us left in the entire Akatsuki organization. After Nagato finished speaking, he glanced at Konan, Obito, Black Zetsu, and Uzumaki White Zetsu, who were standing beside him. Their expressions became uglier and uglier. Can such a small number of people really take back the Three Tails? Our numbers are not important. What's important are the souls of Huinquan. Haiju said. So, how many bodies of the undead were collected? It's a lot already. We'll be able to launch a counterattack soon, believe me. At the same time, the major ninja villages also received letters from Konoha, saying that the tailed beasts of the major ninja villages were captured by the Akatsuki organization, and that the major ninja villages must unite to fight against the Akatsuki organization. The major ninja villages also attached great importance to this and rushed to Konoha as quickly as possible. But 2 days. The shadows of the 4 major ninja villages, Sand Village, Kirigakure, Humagakure, and Iwagakure, came to the gate of Konoha with their shadow guards. Lord Kasukage, Lord Mizukage, Lord Reikage, Lord Tsuchikage. Konoha welcomes you all at the gate. Gangzidi looked at Seeing respectfully. But before he could finish his words, the hot-tempered Reikage AI waved his hand and said, forget about the formalities, just take us to see the Hokage. The damn Akatsuki organization kidnapped B. I will make those bastards pay the price. My village Jinchuriki must have been kidnapped as well. Akatsuki, do they want to rule the world? How dare they kidnap a Jinchuriki? Tsuchikage Anoki floated in the air with his hands behind his back, and said solemnly, 109. Chapter 108. The 5-Cage Conference. A conference to persuade surrender. Page 111. 109. They are indeed very daring guys, but being able to deal with a Jinchuriki, this kind of strength is enough for us to take seriously. Moreover, I heard that even the Kasukage has suffered from their vicious hands. Mizukage Mai Terumi said as she looked towards Gaara. Akatsuki is made up of a group of powerful rebel ninjas. When they unite, they do have the power to overthrow the ninja world. The tailed beast in my body has already been extracted. If it weren't for Granny Chiogara said, staring at the steel railroad. Naruto, is he rescued now? Upon hearing this, Gangzidi's expression darkened and he said, "Not yet, but I'm sure he'll be back soon." Really, Gaara's expression also darkened. Damn Akatsuki. Not only did they attack Gaara, but now they're attacking Naruto too. Kankuro, who accompanied Gaara to Konoha as a bodyguard, was also angry at this time. No matter what, we, the ninjas of the Sand Village, will fully cooperate with Konoha's operation and make Akatsuki pay the price. Temari said. Thank you everyone in the Sand Village. Gangzidi said with emotion. Take us to see the Hokage quickly. I don't have time to dawdle here. Every minute we waste is 1 minute more dangerous in the hands of those bastards of the Akatsuki organization. Reikage AI urged. Gangzidi didn't dare to say anything more. He took the 4 cages and their guards and started running in Konoha. Soon, they arrived at a huge bungalow located on the edge of the area. As soon as everyone entered, they saw Tsunade, the 5th Hokage, wearing a Hokage hat and sitting in the main seat with a serious expression. Behind her, there were dozens of people wearing different clothes and wearing hats to cover their faces. Seeing this scene, the people from the 4 villages all frowned. Hokage, you have too many guards with you, don't you? What's the matter? Are you afraid that we will use force against you in your own village? Reikage AI yelled. Lord Reikage, I think Lord Hokage may be doing this to guard against Akatsuki. After all, those guys have strange abilities and are very powerful. Mizukage Mei Terumi spoke for Tsunade. Please sit down quickly, everyone. Tsunade of the ninja world didn't care about what the 2 cage said. She just stretched out her hand to signal the 4 village cages to sit down. Then he said, I am very happy that you have received my invitation to come to Konoha, because this will be a meeting that will change the landscape of the ninja world. Hokage, stop saying those useless things. The 5-cage conference this time is held to annihilate the Akatsuki organization, right? Have you found their base? I'm going to teach these bastards who are so bold as to kidnap me a lesson. Let them learn a lesson. Reikage AI yelled, interrupting Tsunade's words. We found it once before, but their main character was not there. Tsunade from the ninja world replied with a frown. Where was their base? The Reikage asked excitedly. The land of rain. That small country? Damn it. Those guys are actually hiding there. Where is Bai? When you wiped out the strongholds there, did you find Bai? Reikage continued. Unfortunately not. They seem to have hidden all the Jinchuriki. We didn't even find Uzumaki Naruto from my village. Tsunade shook her head with some regret. Naruto Keisuke Gaara took a breath and heard these 2 words again, still finding it hard to accept. Hokage-sama. In your letter you only mentioned that Naruto was captured by Akatsuki. Now that I'm here, can you tell me the details? Why would they let Akatsuki capture Naruto when they knew the purpose of Akatsuki? I can't understand. With Konoha's strength this time we were careless. At that time, there was an important event in Konoha, and the Anbu was not operating normally. This allowed the Akatsuki organization to take advantage of the opportunity and pretend to be Naruto's acquaintances to trick him out, Tsunade explained with a sigh. Naruto is too careless. Mr. Hokage, we must find Naruto immediately, otherwise when the tailed beast is extracted, Naruto will be dead. Gaara said anxiously. So this time, the 5-cage meeting wants our 5 villages to work together to search for Akatsuki's whereabouts. No problem. I will let King and Konoha's only remaining Byakugan go out on patrol together. With them, we should be able to find the Akatsuki organization as soon as possible. The Mizukage said at this time. Damn it. I thought Konoha had found the Akatsuki organization. But coming here is just a waste of time. The Reikage looked depressed and punched the conference table, causing the entire table to vibrate continuously. He now really wanted to have a big fight with the people from Akatsuki organization right away to vent his anger. It's not right to waste time. When everyone has a common goal, joining together is the best option. Above this, a better choice is to break it down into one and let everyone truly integrate together. It would be a piece of cake to deal with the Akatsuki organization that way. Behind Tsunade in the ninja world, a man dressed in black and wearing a hat to cover his face suddenly spoke. Naruto, what do you mean by this? The Raikage glanced at the man and asked with a raised eyebrow. The shadows from other villages also frowned. It means exactly what it says. We hope that the cage can bring the ninja villages into Konoha, and then Konoha will be incorporated into our empire. In that way we will all be one family, and it will be even more perfect to deal with the Akatsuki organization without any distinction between the two. The person behind the Hokage continued hateful. The Raikage was furious and could no longer control his strength. He smashed the conference table with one punch, glared at Tsunade of the ninja realm, Shikaku and Kakashi beside him, and the man in black who had just spoken, and roared, "You guys. Are you kidding me? Let us merge into Konoha? Could this be the real purpose of your convening the five-cage conference? At this time, the Jinchuriki of each village have been arrested, but you don't seem to be worried at all. The existence of a Akatsuki organization isn't it you who are behind it, using this organization to put pressure on us so as to annex us," Tsuchikage Onoki said with a serious expression. "Konoha, when did it become so powerful? Is it preparing to challenge our 4 villages with the strength of one village?" Mizukage Mei Terumi said with a look of surprise. "What is going on? Hokage-sama? And what is the empire?" Keisuke Gaara felt that something was unusual. At the same time, his eyes were fixed on the person who had just spoken. The person who was being closely watched slowly took off his hat in front of everyone, revealing a thin face. "See this face?" Onoki was surprised. "You are Uchiha Setsuna. Didn't you die in the battle a long time ago? How could this happen? Uchiha Setsuna? Uchiha?" Mei Terumi's expression also changed. "This is not over yet." Next to this man, 2 more people took off their hats. "You are Uchiha Itachi. Uchiha Sasuke. Damn it. As expected, you are related to the Akatsuki organization. Asshole. Deidara. Why are you in Konoha? You are Kisame?" The cage looked at the people standing behind the Hokage, who were taking off their hats one by one, and screamed in surprise. One of the ninjas standing behind the Tsuchikage showed a look of sudden realization and shouted, "Every one of them is a member of Akatsuki. I understand. I understand. Akatsuki was established by Konoha, right? The cunning Konoha ninjas established Akatsuki to retrieve the tailed beasts, and then threatened to swallow us up. That's it. I understand everything. All of this is Konoha's conspiracy." Hearing this roar, people from the 4 villages all showed expressions of fear and suspicion. Could it be this is really Konoha's conspiracy and plot? These guys, aren't they too scary? Now we have fallen into their trap and come here alone. It's dangerous. This idea just came to me. Another person took off his hat, causing the Raikage's eyes to widen, and he yelled, You are a damn fool. What are you doing here in Konoha? Do you want to drive me crazy? Or have you defected to Konoha?" The next moment, someone else next to him took off his hat. "Huh? Why does this guy look like me?" The Raikage's eyes widened. "He certainly seems to be. The face shape, the hair, the beard, but he is stronger than the Raikage-sama. Could it be? Could it be?" A group of Raikage guards stared at the Imperial AI and took a deep breath, and finally shouted, "Could this be the brother of Raikage-sama? The illegitimate son of the Sandaime-sama? What? Father's illegitimate child? Damn dad, he actually hid such a thing from me and me." Raikage shouted in shock. The whole scene was in chaos. But even this is not the end. This guy looks like Lord Kasage. The people from Sunagakure also shouted when they saw Gaara from the Empire. Does Lord Kasgage have brothers too? Master Temari, Master Kankiro, what is going on? The Sunagakure ninjas all looked at Gaara's sister and brother. The two of them were also devastated by this and said, we don't know either. How come he looks so much like Gaara? Could it be that father has another child? Damn it. I don't understand. Hey. This is my sister. What's wrong with Dad? Give me an explanation. The ninja world's Kuratsuchi was also shocked when he saw his other self. Yellow Earth. You bastard. Onoki's face turned black. I don't know either. This has nothing to do with me. Father. Haido. You have to believe me. Apart from Lunazi, I definitely don't have any other woman. Huang Tu, who came with Onoki as the shadow guard, turned green in the face. Page 112. No. This is so wrong. Hokage-sama. What on earth is going on? The Mizukage frowned, stared at Tsunade and asked, Hey, is it necessary to get so excited? Didn't your spies in Konoha report the matter to you? The Empire, the martial arts tournament, etc. You didn't know anything about it? It's been over a month. The Empire Setsuna couldn't help but ask. Martial arts tournament Empire Another World, huh? I seem to have heard of this information before, but Raikage AI said. 110. Chapter 109 The Gap Between the Four Major Ninja Villages and the Empire. 110. The shadow guard next to him also said, but at the time, Raikage-sama thought it was false information used by Konoha to deceive us, so he didn't take it seriously. I remember now. I also thought it was fake at that time. The other shadows also showed expressions of sudden realization. Then their expressions all changed and they looked at each other. Could it be that the false information we thought was true? In addition to the world we live in, are there other similar worlds? Obviously, this is true. I'm you from another world, the fourth Raikage. The fourth generation of the Empire nodded. Yes, it's true. We represent the will of the Empire and come to this world to persuade them to surrender. Gaara of the Empire said with his arms folded across his chest. Hokage, Master. All the Hokage looked at Tsunade of the Ninja World. Ninja World Tsunade sighed, that's the thing, and there's one more thing I want to remind you all. The Empire is very strong. Konoha was far from being a match, and resistance was futile. In addition, there is another world where there is also another us. I don't think it's a bad thing to join them. And Akatsuki has nothing to do with us. Naruto was really captured. Some people in the Empire have been taken over and are searching for Akatsuki's whereabouts. Ridiculous. The Raikage stomped the ground angrily, and the earth shook. He stood up, glanced at everyone on Konoha's side and said, You want to use this little trick to make us surrender? Do you think we are stupid? That's right. This time, the deception ends here. No matter what means you use to give me another granddaughter, I will not recognize her. I still have a lot of things to deal with, so I'm sorry I can't keep you company. I'll go back to the Iwagakure village first. Onoki also stood up and said, Regardless of whether the other world is real or not, he must first return to the Iwagakure village to make long-term plans. It is too dangerous to go deep behind enemy lines. Everyone in Konoha wants me to surrender, but there's no need to do that. Just introduce a handsome guy to me, and I'll actually consider surrendering. Mizukage Terumime said with a smile on her face, looking exceptionally relaxed. Lord Mizukage, please don't joke like that. King next to him interrupted with a serious look. That's right. Lord Mizukage Shijiro looked nervous. No matter what, I have to rescue Naruto first. Sorry, I can't accompany you anymore. Gaara also stood up. Several shadows planned to leave like this. Diguo AI dodged and blocked the door with his 2 meter tall, extremely strong body. What do you mean? Do you want to go to war with the 4 major ninja villages directly? The Raikage of the ninja world said with an angry look on his face. Our first purpose in coming to the ninja world is to unify the ninja world into the empire. The second goal is to find Naruto and destroy the Akatsuki organization. Now that our primary goal is right in front of us, how can I let you leave? Just listen to me. In this world, you can't resist us. Empire AI crossed his arms over his chest and said with a proud look on his face, "Insanity." The rage of the ninja world was furious. Thunder burst out from his body, and he immediately entered the lightning chakra mode, with thunder roaring one after another. His figure instantly appeared in front of Diguo AI, and he elbowed him hard in the chest. Heavy flow storm. Pen. A terrifying airwave shock. The doors at the back of the conference hall were shattered. Ninja AI was also shocked and looked up at the tall Empire AI in front of him. Seeing the other party's raised mouth corners and the steady posture of just taking a step back, his pupils shrank. "You actually took my heavy flow. What kind of monster is this guy?" He took the heavy flow from the Reikage head-on and didn't even get knocked away. Did he use any ninjutsu? Or any special abilities? The other Kumagakure ninjas looked horrified. Empire AI gently patted his chest that had been attacked, as if sweeping away dust. "Is this your heavy flow storm? It's really a bit weak. In this world, have you not eaten?" Damn, arrogant guy. Ninja World AI trembled his lips and looked ugly. "Now, you also take on my heavy flow, the me of this world." Imperial AI smiled and chakra burst out of his body. Thunderbolts began to explode one after another, with Empire AI as the center. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh boom. When the ground was hit by a bolt of lightning, a scorch mark would appear, and rocks would shatter when hit. Some buildings were hit and exploded directly. The people around Empire AI retreated one after another. The entire conference hall began to collapse. Upon seeing this, Gaara of the Empire waved his hand and the ground turned into sand, supporting the collapsed house. Onoki said with an unpleasant look, "What an amazing chakra. This strength is probably even stronger than the strongest third Reikages. The fourth generation AI from another world so strong." Mei Terumi exclaimed, "Damn it, how did things turn out like this?" Gaara was depressed. The strong momentum caused Ninja World Eye's pupils to shrink violently. The group of Union felt their breathing quicken and their hearts beat wildly. Watch closely with your eyes wide open. This is the secret skill of our AI clan. Lightning Release Chakra Mode. A combination of lightning breathing and thunder. Thunder God Tyrant Body. Imperial AI exhaled a breath, and the breath turned into a bolt of lightning, which hit Ninja AI heavily, knocking him back 2 meters. It's really an exaggerated secret of the lightning release technique. Ninja World AI looked extremely serious. The other Cloud ninjas were terrified, and some even stood in front of Ninja World AI and said, "Lord Reikage, get out of the way. There's something wrong with this guy." "Lord Reikage, shut up." Ninja AI stood there and yelled, as the Reikage, "I have no reason to retreat. You guys, do you think I can't beat this imposter?" The Cloud ninjas were speechless. Ninja World Tsunade rubbed her temples with a headache. "Mr. Governor Lei, you are going too far. What if you use this level of power and hurt the people of Konoha?" "Don't worry, I will find the right point to exert force and will not hurt the citizens of the Empire." "Huh. Martial arts, heavy flow instant burst." Imperial AI finally roared. He also appeared in front of Ninja Kai's chest at the same instant and hit him hard in the chest with an elbow. "Pen!" Exclamation, exclamation. Sonic boom. Clouds exploded and the impact broke out. A group of people were blown away along with the conference hall that was supported by sand. He flew backwards for dozens of meters before slowly getting up from the ground. They looked back at the meeting room. It has long become an empty lot. Apart from a few Ying and the Hokage's people who were still standing there, a large number of Hokage guards had disappeared. What shocked the Kumonin even more was this. A long ditch extending for several hundred meters appeared at the place where the Reikage was originally located. "Lord Reikage, The ninjas from the hidden cloud village were shocked and quickly came to the end of the ditch, where they saw the wreckage lying on the ground, his body in tatters, his skin torn, his chest a little sunken, blood coming out of his mouth, and he looked listless. Lord Wreckage. Damn it! How dare that bastard hurt Wreckage like this? We must avenge Wreckage. Shut up. Ninja AI covered his chest and shouted, "You bunch of idiots. I don't need your revenge. With your limited strength, are you going to die?" Cough, cough, cough. While he was talking, other people came here. Looking at his appearance, people from other ninja villages were also shocked. They had never expected this. AI from another world defeated AI from the ninja world with just one strike. Isn't the gap too big? Do you feel the difference? I in this world. I'm here because I want you to face the reality and not resist in vain. It is futile to resist the Empire. It will only cause the people of Kumagakure to die in vain. Do you understand? Imperial AI appeared in front of Ninja World AI and stretched out his big hand. Brother, you hit me too hard. I wanted to beat you, the big brother of this world, but now it seems that I can't do it. What a pity if I wasn't a Jinchuriki in this world and hadn't been arrested. I could have bullied him. It feels really good to bully yourself. Page 113. Empire Killer said with a gloomy and regretful look on his face. Ninja AI reached out his hand, borrowed the power of Empire AI, and stood up again. You are strong, stronger than me, but the Kumo ninja will not surrender so easily. It seems that I need to let you see a bigger gap. Is it just me who can't make you understand? Or are you still hoping for the best? Gaara, Kisame, Deidara, why don't you take action? Empire AI then turned his head and looked at the three people. Upon hearing this, Gaara of the Empire turned to Gaara of the Ninja Realm and said, "People from the Sand Village, come on together. I will make you feel the gap. Only in this way will you understand the meaninglessness of resistance." Gaara from the ninja world looked serious, but he didn't say anything and raised his hands. The gourd made of sand behind him turned into claws and attacked Gaara. Gaara of the Empire also raised his hand. The large area of land beneath his feet was transformed into sand and became a giant shield, blocking the sand claws. Pen! The sand claws hit the sand shield, and then Gaara's sand was absorbed and wrapped. The sand shield then flew high into the sky and slowly turned into a sand bar hundreds of meters long, staring at the sand ninjas with eager eyes. This level of sand control ability, is it possible for Lord Kazekage? The Kazekage-sama from another world is truly a monster among monsters. The sand ninja was terrified. Facing this huge sandbar, Gaara's expression became more serious, but he had no intention of giving up. Instead, he clapped the ground with both hands, trying to transform the ground into sand to resist. But then, a shocking thing happened. No matter how he activated his chakra, the earth remained motionless. Instead, the salon above has swooped down. The sky was blocked out and all the sand ninjas were instantly plunged into darkness. Damn it! Wind style, Lion Itachi. Although Temari was wondering why Gaara didn't resist, she pulled out the large iron fan behind her and swung it vigorously when she saw Salon getting closer and closer. 111. Chapter 110. Facing the power of the Empire, you are no different from ants. 111. Wind escape big breakthrough. Wind release wind blade. Wind escape vacuum continuous waves. The other sand ninjas also took action. A strong hurricane was raging, and wind blades were bombarding the salon. The wind escape technique, which was powerful enough to cut down entire rows of trees and destroy a small forest, only splashed some insignificant sand when it hit the sandbar. It's like scraping the dust off a salon. Damn it! Stop looking down on me. You bastard from another world. King Kuro shouted loudly, and seeing that the wind escape was ineffective, the two puppets shot a group of iron needles at Gaara from a distance, but before they got close, they were all blocked by Sharon's raised tail. Boom! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. The entire salon fell to the ground. It turned into a torrent, engulfing all the sand ninjas. As the sand squirmed, several heads slowly emerged. Looking at these sand ninjas, their frustrated expressions. The people from other ninja villages were a little confused. According to the intelligence, they know how powerful Gaara is. Imperial Gaara can transform the earth into sand, and Ninja Gaara can do the same, but why did he not move in the end? No defense? Leading to the sand ninja's defeat. This is weird. Just now what happened? Gaara, the ninja world with only his head exposed, said with a somewhat uneasy look. It's simple. When you injected chakra into the earth and tried to transform it into sand, I also injected chakra into it to stabilize the earth's form, causing your ninjutsu to fail. We are Gaara from two different worlds, both using the ability to control sand. Naturally, whoever is stronger will be able to control everything. And obviously, my ability to control sand is far superior to yours. Although it may sound a bit cruel, if I were to use a number to describe the gap between us, yours would only be 1, while mine would be at least 5. You are powerless against me, Imperial Gaara explained. If that's the case, why not just seize control of the sand from the beginning? Because you've been carrying that gourd for so many years, it's been infected by your chakra, so I can't snatch it away. But other than that, you can't use even a little bit of sand. Gaara explained again. The ninjas from other ninja villages and the sand ninjas finally understood. It's not that their powerful Gaara made a mistake or didn't take action, but that he was helpless against Imperial Gaara. This made the ninjas' hearts sink again. Could it be that, as a proud shadow, he would be defeated in all aspects and then have his village annexed? No. This is absolutely not allowed. Several shadows and their guards turned red in the face. Hey, old man from this world, let's have a fight too. I want you to feel the power of the Empire. Feel your own insignificance. Imperial Deidara looked at Ninja World Onoki with a grin. You little brat. I hate your face. Since you want to be beaten, then I will grant your wish. As Onoki said this, his expression was more solemn than ever before. Just through the first 2 battles he saw the power of the Empire, so he didn't dare to have any sneaky thoughts. He put his hands together and directly used his killer move, Chen Escape, the art of boundary peeling. The glowing sphere unfolds. This makes the Iwagakure feel particularly reassured. This is a bloody elimination that is above the blood limit. Deidara from another world can't possibly catch it. No one can catch this move. This is an invincible move. But what they didn't expect was dust release, separation limit technique. Imperial Deidara also clasped his hands together, then unfolded them. An identical luminous body appeared. Then they fought each other. The void is distorted at this moment. Then, under the horrified gaze of the Tsuchikige's side, the Tsuchikige's dust release white light began to push back. How could this be? Is it possible that my dust release is no match for this little brat? Unoki exclaimed. Old man, without the blessing of martial arts true energy, you really can't do it. Ha 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 ha, this time, let me teach you a good lesson. You have been bullying me in the past. Ha 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 ha. Empire Deidara laughed wildly. Dust Escape kept pushing back. This frightened the group of rock ninjas. They were so afraid that something might happen to their shadow that they didn't care about anything else. Earth Escape technique. Wang Tu, who came with Onoki, immediately used his own specialty ninjutsu to attack Imperial Deidara. The ground on both sides bulged and began to close towards Deidara. Don't even think about it. Wind God Kick. A scream sounded. A figure rushed out as fast as an afterimage, and at a point above the 2 mountains of earth. The 2 mountains of earth pressing down on Empire Deidara exploded at the same time. Then this figure flew again to the guards beside Onoki, turned into countless afterimages and revolved around everyone, with bang 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 sounds ringing one after another. All the guards had no time to react and flew backwards screaming. It was not until this moment that the afterimage stopped moving and revealed its original form. A group of ninjas in the ninja world stared with wide eyes. This is actually the Black Soil Empire taking action. At this moment, she slowly put away her long, smooth legs that were raised high, and said proudly, "The father and everyone in this world are all here. How can the majority bully the minority? This is wrong. Such a fast speed is Kiritsuchi from the other world so powerful in Taijutsu?" Ninja World Yellow Earth covered his chest and looked at Empire Black Earth with some disbelief. So cool. Me from another world. Ninja World Kiritsuchi raised his head and looked at Empire Kiritsuchi with stars in his eyes. I defeated my father and everyone else in a flash. You're amazing, I want to be that powerful too. Hey, Haido. You. Who asked you for help? You don't think these little tricks can do anything to me, do you? Imperial Deidara yelled at Imperial Kiritsuchi with some dissatisfaction. Ah. Of course I know this little trick can't do anything to you, but showing my strength in front of my grandfather and father in another world and seeing their stunned expressions is such a wonderful feeling. I can't just give it to you. Imperial Black Soil wiped the tip of his nose with his right thumb and said in a very casual manner, "Tesk. You know a lot." Imperial Deidara complained. The power of dust release increased instantly, completely defeating Anoki's dust release. The next moment, a white beam of light directly passed through Anoki's beard, just cutting off his beard, scaring the old man into a cold sweat. Smelly brat old man, just surrender honestly. After this dust escape, you should be able to feel the gap, right? In front of the Empire, you are no different from ants. Imperial Deidara said. Ninja World Onoki suddenly fell silent. The rock ninjas also had complicated and frightened expressions. The Tsuchikage-sama who mastered the invincible dust release lost just like that. These imperial people are really amazing, we can't resist at all. Page 114. Damn it. Is the Iwagakure going to disappear like this? I'm so unwilling. People from another world, are they all so powerful? So, in the Kirigakure of another world, who will be my opponent? Is that you? Hoshigaki Kasama. Mizukage Mei Terumi took a deep breath and looked at Hoshigaki Kasama solemnly. As she spoke, a group of people once again looked at her with hope. The people from the 4 major ninja villages are now eager for a victory. It's not Kasama-senpai, it's me. A man wearing a gray coat, with gray hair draped over his shoulders and a calm and composed face walked out. You are Kaguya Kanmero. Senior Kasama's ability is not suitable for small-scale combat. Its power and range are too large, so this time I will be the opponent of His Excellency the Mizukage. Teikoku Kanmero twitched the corner of his mouth. The Kaguya clan? A clan that has already been wiped out in our world. It seems that they are doing well in another world. Terumi Mado from the ninja world. Under your majesty's rule, people all over the world live happily, and no one has experienced the so-called blood mist era. Imperial Lord Mero said. The expression of the Mist Village ninja changed slightly. Haha, really? Then you guys are really lucky. By the way, how am I doing in the other world? Shinobi Terumi Mei asked with a smile. Very good, she is the governor of Water State. In words you can understand, she is the daimyo of the land of water. Also she is very popular. The people who pursue her can line up from the south gate of Konoha to the north gate. Teikoku Kanmero thought for a moment and said, What? The daimyo of the land of water? The one pursuing you can line up from the south gate of Konoha to the north gate. Why is that? Why can't I even find a handsome guy I like in this world? But I'm so popular in another world. I don't admit it. I don't admit that such a thing exists. Ninja World Terumi Mei was instantly furious, formed seals with both hands, and spoke out. Melt escape monster melting technique. A large amount of bright red magma erupted towards Teikoku Kanmero. Teikoku Kanmero stood where he was, neither dodging nor avoiding, allowing the magma to pour over and submerge him. This made Mei Terumi and all the ninjas in the ninja world stunned. Ninja World Terumi Mei was a little shocked and said, Hey, this little devil, Why doesn't he dodge or avoid it? I won't kill him, will I? This guy looks pretty handsome. I don't want to kill him. Don't worry, this kid is very powerful. It's almost impossible for you people in the ninja world to defeat him. Imperial Kasama said indifferently. The ninjas in the ninja world stared at the lava area. A humanoid creature whose entire body was surrounded by white bones slowly walked out. Ting frowned, and Chijuro couldn't help asking, "What's wrong, Uncle King?" "It's not good in my Byakugan. Those bones are made of super high-density chakra. The hardness of a single wheel is really the first time I've seen it in my life. Mizukage-sama is in trouble." "This is?" The ninja world's Mei Terumi also narrowed her pupils and muttered. "The blood of the Hyuga clan is the corpse bone vein, which has the ability to control bones. I am the most outstanding one among them. After integrating martial arts and horcruxes, the hardness of my bones and resistance in all aspects have been greatly improved. They are perfect for creating exoskeleton armor. Lava can't burn my bones," Teikoku Kanmero explained. 112. Chapter 111, Rebellion Against the Empire? Hope and Despair? 112. Is that so then? Boiling release, skillful mist technique. Ninja World Mei Terumi vomited again, and countless high-temperature steam spread out. A group of ninjas quickly moved away. No one could see what was going on inside. They only saw the ground making crackling sounds due to the baking of the high-temperature steam. This made some mist ninjas happy again. This move of the Mizukage-sama is impossible to defend against. Even steel will be melted. That brat doesn't know how powerful he is. He will definitely suffer. Lord Mizukage will win this one. No king just shook his head seriously. The ever-changing dance of the early ferns. An indifferent voice sounded. Rumble. Under the ninja world's Mei Terumi and within the surrounding area of dozens of meters, a series of bone spikes emerged. Ninja world's Mei Terumi sensed it first and leaped high into the sky. But the bones continued to extend, turn, and continue to chase. What a difficult ability! Lava release, burning river rock technique. Ninja World Terumi Mei vomited again, and several huge magma balls bombarded the bones, but they were pierced one by one, and the bones remained intact. He even came to the side of Ninja World Mei Terumi at a faster speed, turned a corner, and tied up her right arm. Then, one by one, the bones wrapped around her left arm, right leg, and entire body, firmly bound in midair. Lord Mizukage. The people of the Hidden Mist village cried out in shock when they saw the situation reversed in an instant and their own Mizukage being tied up. "If you can't destroy and defend my bones, you can't fight me." Mizukage Terumi Mei, although you are a village cage, you are a great existence in the ninja world. But in an empire, this kind of strength is indeed rare. Compared to you in our world, you are very different. Kaguya Kimamero controlled the bones to slowly move in front of him, looking at Ninja World Terumi Meido with a calm face. Mei Terumi was silent for a moment, then suddenly smiled and said, "Handsome boy, do you like this position? In the future maybe we can communicate more." She blinked ambiguously. "Communication? Ninjutsu? Martial arts? Forget it, the ninja world doesn't have the knowledge I need." Kimamero calmly shook his head and released Mei Terumi. Exclamation! The veins on Mei Terumi's forehead bulged, and she said angrily, "You are really disrespectful, handsome boy. However, we have seen your strength. Just as the Hokage said, you are not in the same dimension as us. It is useless to resist." At the end, Mei Terumi felt a little discouraged. The people from other ninja villages were also dejected and looked depressed. The shadows of the 4 major ninja villages were defeated so easily. This kind of thing that they would never dare to dream of in normal times actually happened before their eyes today. Opposite, a group of Konoha ninjas showed a hint of gloating in their eyes. There is a look on his face that says, "You finally get it." After all, the Empire had been showing off its strength to Konoha and intimidating them. Do the other 4 ninja villages know how much pressure Konoha was under at that time? I tried to persuade him with good intentions at first, but he still didn't believe me. He wanted to be beaten. Do you think you are cheap? Now it's all right, we're all the same. Be good and listen. Empire AI nodded with satisfaction at the status and expressions of the ninjas from the 4 major ninja villages. That's a good expression. It seems you already understand the gap between us. But what we are showing now is just the tip of the iceberg of the Empire. The real Empire is hundreds or thousands of times more powerful than what we are showing now. The great divine martial majesty is like a god, so you must not have any illusions about him. The 4 major ninja villages were silent. From today on, the 5 great ninja villages will be incorporated into the Empire. Although you don't know much about the Empire at the moment, it doesn't matter. We will know after we get rid of the Akatsuki organization and rescue all the Jinchuriki. Everyone can go to the Empire and feel its prosperity and power. Trust us, we won't harm our other selves. Imperial AI continued. The 4 major ninja villages remained silent. Quite a while. Onoki said, no matter what, we must go back to the village first and bring this information back to everyone. Of course, you can leave Konoha now. Imperial AI Dao looked confident and calm. The same went for the other Imperial people. They didn't believe that these guys would still have the courage to resist after seeing the gap between them. Then I'll take my leave now. Onoki nodded, and when he turned around, his back bent a little more. He quickly left with the people from Iwagakure. The other people from the ninja village said together, we'll go back to the village first. Having said that, they left together. They all walked on the same road without any prior agreement, and when they were several kilometers away from Konoha, everyone stopped again without any prior agreement. Onoki sighed and said, everyone, do you have any ideas now? Ideas? What ideas can you have? You have seen the strength of the guys from the other world. We, the 4 great ninja villages, cannot compete with them. It would be better to just surrender and go find my handsome guy. Mizukage Terumi rolled her eyes and said helplessly, Mr. Mizukage, please don't say such discouraging words. Although those guys are powerful, we are not completely hopeless. As long as we unite together. Page 115. A cloud ninja said with an unpleasant expression. Hope? What hope is there? That brat called Kimamaro obviously didn't use his full strength when he attacked me. There is also Deidara in another world who has mastered dust release, which is even more powerful than that of the Tsuchikage. The Raikage from another world defeated the 4th Raikage with just one move. The Kazekage was completely defeated by the opponent. I don't even know how I'm going to fight when a real battle breaks out. There are still many people on the other side who have not taken action yet. Mei Terumi said. They may be, only those few of them are strong, the others are not actually that strong, they are just trying to scare us. The Cloud Ninja continued. You can ask King if those guys are trying to scare us, said Mei Terumi. My Byakugan tells me that everyone behind the Hokage has powerful chakra. They are at least at the elite Jonin level, and many are comparable to Kage. Especially Kasama from another world, whose chakra is no less than that of the tailed beasts. The chakra wrapped around several Uchiha was equally huge, and known what's more, there is what they call true Kai, King said. After hearing this, everyone was silent for a while. After a long time, Onoki also sighed. If it's just a few ninjas, then maybe it's possible. But they are united with the people of Konoha. The quality and quantity of the ninjas at this time are beyond our ability to deal with. So do we really have to surrender? This is ridiculous. The 5 major ninja villages are the strongest ninja villages that have stood in the ninja world for decades. They are the existence that maintains the order of the ninja world, and now they are being controlled by a ninja village in Konoha, and those inexplicable guys in Iwagakure. Ninja spoke with some sadness, but at the end his voice choked with sobs and he couldn't continue. No, we can't give up. Even if there is only a 1% or 1,000th chance of winning. We can't give up. At this moment, a mature voice sounded. The people from the 4 major villages were all startled and looked in the direction where the sound came from. I saw a man with long white hedgehog hair and a forehead protector with oil-lettered characters walking slowly out of the woods. You are Jiraiya, one of the 3 ninjas? A group of ninjas recognized each other and exclaimed, "What do you mean by that, Konoha's 3 ninjas?" Reikage frowned. "As you can see, I am not on the same side as those people from the Empire," Jiraiya said. "This is really interesting. The entire Konoha, even the Hokage, has merged with those so-called imperial people, and you didn't join them?" Darui, the shadow guard beside the Reikage, paused and said, "You weren't sent by them to test us, were you?" When others heard this, they also became alert. "I swear in the name of the 3 ninjas. We are not on the same side as the Empire." Jiraiya looked serious and even raised 3 fingers. "So, what do you want to do by showing up at this time?" "I think we need to unite and fight against the Empire." "In Konoha," said Jiraiya. Are you serious?" Reikage AI said in surprise. "I must do this, otherwise the world will be destroyed at the hands of the Empire." "What do you mean?" "The Empire wants to destroy this world." "How can you be sure?" "The prophetic dream of the great Toad Sage told me everything." I tried to convince Tsunade, but she was afraid of the Empire and was hoping for the best. Jiraiya sighed. "The giant Toad Sage from Myaboku Mountain? I have heard about this immortal. It is said that he is an immortal from ancient times. He has lived for thousands of years and possesses many magical powers. He also used prophecies to save the world." Onoki frowned and recalled. "Save the world? A toad? Ridiculous excuses and reasons." Reikage AI curled his lips in disdain. "Even if Jiraiya, one of the 3 ninjas, joins us, it will be useless against such an enemy." Mei Terumi still shook her head regretfully. "That's right, if you rely on your strength to face Konoha, who has joined forces with the Empire, you have no chance of winning. But if we join in, that may not be the case." Another voice sounded. "One black, one white, a 2-colored Jew slowly emerged from the earth. Who are you? Is this costume Zio?" Someone shouted. "How dare you bastards show up in front of me?" The 4th Reikage AI shouted angrily, and the lightning chakra mode was instantly activated. He flew in front of Chu like a flash of lightning and punched him. "Would release wood spindle wall." The white half-body shouted, and layers of trees grew out from the ground, forming a shield to block the attack of the 4th Reikage. "The ground is normal, sinking, but unable to break through." 113. Chapter 112. The war between the Empire and the ninja world is imminent. 113. Oh my. It's so scary. I almost lost my head. If that happened, I would never know what it feels like to have a bowel movement. The white head screamed in fear. The black head said helplessly, "Don't be so impulsive, 4th Reikage." "Damn it. You bastards. Where did you hide by?" The 4th Reikage clenched his fists, ready to launch the next attack at any time. "Who said we captured Kurabi?" "Black Judao." "What do you mean?" "If it wasn't you guys who caught him, who else could it be?" "People from the Empire. All of this is a conspiracy of the Empire." Black Zetsu said seriously. Empire. The 4th Reikage was silent. He didn't know which side was telling the truth. "Didn't they say that they didn't do it? Are they deceiving us?" Yaoen Shinobi said. "Those guys are foreign forces, villains who want to unify the world by force and then destroy it. Are their words worthy of belief? They are just afraid of us, Zio, so they throw all the dirty water on us." Black Judao. "Don't try to quibble. I am sure that the one who invaded Sunagakure and kidnapped me was someone from your Akatsuki, not the Deidara from the Empire." Gaara looked at Black Zetsu, who was quibbling over there, and shouted loudly. "I admit that it was our Akatsuki organization that did the action, but we did not kidnap Killer Bee and use Uzumaki Naruto. It was done by the Empire." Although they are powerful, they are also afraid of us uniting together, because that is the only way to defeat them, so they will naturally try to divide us. Since our organization had captured the tailed beasts before, it was natural that we became their target. A look of sincerity appeared on Haiju's dark face. Gaara's eyes flickered, but he didn't immediately open his mouth to refute. If you want to gain our trust, then show us everything about yourself. I'm afraid that won't work. Black Setsu shook his head. No, it turns out that you, the Akatsuki organization, are not trustworthy at all. The Reikage yelled in a rage. Look up at the sky in the distance. Black Judao. Everyone looked up but frowned. Nothing, are you kidding us? Look at the direction of 50 degrees. Those birds over there are not ordinary birds. They are spiritual beasts used for surveillance and exploration, Black Setsu said. As the creation of Kaguya Otsutsuki, Black Setsu may not have strong combat capabilities, but his status, vision, and perception are extremely strong. Even the Empire's bionic animal reconnaissance aircraft discovered something unusual. However, several cages and ninjas couldn't figure out what was going on. Summoning beast, I can't sense any signs of chakra. You said it was a summoning beast. Some ninjas expressed doubts. Ask the one with the white eyes. He should be able to see something, right? Black turned to green in despair. They are indeed different from ordinary birds. Their bodies are mechanical structures. King Dao said. It's actually true. The ninjas' hearts sank and they subconsciously moved a few steps, not wanting to avoid the possible sight of the reconnaissance bird. In this case, aren't all our actions under the control of those guys, including our previous decisions? A ninja looked worried. There are very few of these things in Konoha. Most of them are in other countries. But you also have to be more careful. This is also why I can't let you organize. If we are considered to be in league with each other, then the Empire only needs to launch an attack, and this world will be completely destroyed. Black Setsu said seriously. Akatsuki is not a good organization, but in order to fight against the Empire, we have no choice, everyone. Jiraiya also said at this time. But can the Alliance really defeat the Empire? Mei Terumi expressed her doubts. You know, even Shadow seems extremely weak in the hands of those powerful Imperials. The leader of our organization possesses the Rinnegan. Black Setsu didn't say any extra words, but instead dropped a bombshell that was absolutely a bombshell to ordinary ninjas. Rinnegan? What is that? The Reikage was a little confused. The Rinnegan, could it be that? The eyes in myths and legends? Unoki frowned. Legend has it that the Sage of Six Paths who created the world had a pair of eyes like this, Gaara said. What a joke, how could eyes like that exist? The Reikage was still skeptical. It's real. At this time, Jiraiya said with a firm look on his face. Page 116. Why do you say that? I've met the owner of the Rinnegan before, said Jiraiya. What? Have you encountered this? The ninja's eyes changed slightly. The owner of the Rinnegan you mentioned is Nagato, right? Jiraiya stared at Black Setsu. Yes, it's Nagato. Black Setsu also nodded. It is indeed him. Did he found the Akatsuki organization? Jiraiya had a complicated expression. Yes, Nagato is the leader of Akatsuki. He wanted to change the ninja world and create a peaceful world, and originally planned to collect the tailed beasts to achieve his goal. But the emergence of the Empire changed everything. Even with the leader's strength, it is difficult to defeat some of the Empire's masters. That's why I have no choice but to cooperate with everyone. Black Setsu looked heavy. Jiraiya murmured, Nagato the Rinnegan changing the world, a peaceful world. Is this the prophetic dream of the great Toad Sage? As long as you win, it will be the beautiful world at the beginning, and if you lose it will be that purgatory-like world. Even the owner of the Six Paths Sage's eyes can't defeat the Empire. Everyone felt heavy. The Empire is very powerful, and we cannot rely solely on the living. So we Xiao have prepared another group of helpers. With them, we will have a chance of winning. Black Judao. Do you mean? The dead in the underworld. What? Is it the impure world reincarnation? The evil ninjutsu developed by the second Hokage of Konoha. Unoki exclaimed. A hint of rejection appeared on his face. The other ninjas also looked unhappy when they heard this. That's right, it's the impure world reincarnation. Only by relying on it can we have a chance of winning. That's blasphemy against the dead. No, this jutsu is the protection of our ancestors. They will be with us. We will rely on it to fight alongside our ancestors to protect our world and our village. Black Judao. A group of ninjas were shaken by what they heard. Will you unite with our ancestors to protect the world? If we had the power of our ancestors, maybe we could really defeat the Empire. That's right. With the power of our ancestors, we won't lose. The first and second cages, as well as all the legendary beings. We will not lose. A group of ninjas muttered, their words gradually becoming more confident. Before that, I need everyone to collect as many things as possible that contain the genes of our ancestors, and as a token of my sincerity, I will hand over the impure world reincarnation to everyone. For the sake of world peace, this is the only way. A few days passed quickly. The people of the Empire and Konoha gathered together. Everyone frowned. Tsunade stared at Gaara and said, Naruto hasn't been found yet? We have searched most of the area, and we can't find any trace of those guys on the ground, but we did find something else that's not so good. Gaara of the Empire also had a frown on his face. Other bad things? You mean? The 4 major ninja villages of Kumagakure, Iwagakure, Sandagakure, and Kirigakure, together with the 4 major countries, are constantly mobilizing troops, and now they are gathered together, said Gaara of the Empire. Everyone present couldn't help but look surprised. What? Are those guys going to resist? Are they crazy? Can't they see the difference from the competition a few days ago? Those guys shouldn't be so stupid. What gave them such illusions and hope? Everyone in the Empire spoke in confusion and disbelief. Tsunade, Kakashi, Shikaku, and others from Konoha also opened their mouths, not knowing what to say. Is it because you have seen too little that you still have illusions? Tusk. What a bunch of stubborn idiots. It seems that the only way to make them understand the difference is to go to their village and teach them a lesson. Empire Deidara was shocked and looked unhappy. I heard that the old man had resisted your majesty's unification before, but in the end your majesty went to Iwagakure alone and had a friendly exchange with the entire village, and they finally became completely obedient. This exchange should have been dealt with severely. As expected, only when one person defeats the entire village can they be brought to heel. Imperial Black Soil Road. To be honest, it's quite difficult for one person to defeat an entire village. After all, those guys are not idiots or losers. The power of combined ninjutsu is difficult for ordinary people to resist, but if there are 2 or 3 of them, there should be no problem. So, how about letting people from each state take charge of their respective villages? Imperial White Road. Oh. Please don't do this. We, the people of Hyuju, are not just for show. We should discuss how to allocate manpower. Empire Tianshandao. That's right. I want to fight with people from other villages, too. Seeing everyone's burning youth the other day was so enviable. I can't stand it. I'm going to do 10,000 frog jumps on the spot. Imperial Li yelled. A group of imperial people seemed to have an extremely fanatical desire for fighting. Everyone, there's no need to argue, those guys have already started heading towards Konoha. It seems they are preparing to take the initiative to attack, but in addition to ordinary ninjas, there are some other existences in their team. Gaara's voice finally sounded. Some suburb. The 4 major ninja villages gathered together. The densely packed crowd stood together, all looking ahead excitedly. There one figure after another slowly opened their eyes, revealing the black whites of their eyes. 114. Chapter 113. Ghosts of the Impure World. The ninja world needs you to stop the Empire. 114. It's the first Tsuchikage-sama. The second Tsuchikage-sama. Isn't that the traitor Deidara? This guy is also dead. The first Reikage, the second Reikage, the third Reikage, the Kinkaku and Jinkaku brothers, and the magnetic ninja Troy. That's the first generation of the 7 ninja swordsmen. And the former strong men of the Kaguya clan and the Snow clan. That's the first, second, and third generation Mizukage, and the people of the Hazuki clan. The first Keisukage, the second Keisukage, and the third Keisukage have also appeared. The former war hero Yi Kang. That's great. With so many legendary strong men here, Konoha and the Empire are useless. Our world will be protected by us and our ancestors together. The ninjas from the 4 major ninja villages were all excited when they saw the faces that had awakened, and they started yelling loudly. These awakened ninjas looked at so many people with a hint of confusion. This is what we are doing? Everyone, let me briefly explain the current situation to you. At this time, Tsuchikage Onoki stood up and told them about the existence of the Empire, the alliance between Konoha and the Empire, and how they were intimidated and forced to surrender. After listening, these senior ninjas were all furious and roared angrily. What a joke. A mere junior from Konoha, and a group of bastards with unclear origins who claim to be from another world, actually dare to threaten us. They are courting death. Damn you bastards. We didn't surrender even when we faced the god of ninja, the Shura of the ninja world. How could we surrender to this kind of juniors? Beat them. Beat them hard and make them regret doing such a thing. Let us teach those little guys a lesson about how terrifying our seniors are. The battle we experienced was not a game of playing house. Only some of the oldest ninjas remained silent. Among them, the first generation of Tsuchikage said, "The enemy is Konoha and the Empire. I'm not that afraid of those guys who claim to be from another world, but the people of Konoha, will they also use the impure world reincarnation and call on their ancestors?" Hearing this, many ninjas looked serious. After all, if Konoha, as their enemy, did such a thing, then they would have to face Hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha, who dominated the ninja world at that time. Thinking of the power of the two in their heyday, a group of people felt powerless. We also have Konoha ninjas on our side, and he is now trying to persuade those Konoha elders to join us in fighting against the Empire and the corrupt and fallen Konoha. Now, let's take action first. I believe that in the near future, the elders of Konoha will join our team. A ninja replied. A group of people couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Fortunately, we don't have to fight against Konoha's Hashirama Senju and Uchiha Madara. As long as you don't fight these two guys, there's nothing to be afraid of with just the Empire. At the same time, a certain cave, the first Hokage, the second Hokage, the third Hokage, the fourth Hokage, Danzo Shimura, Sakumo Hadake, and many other Konoha ninjas who had long since died also opened their eyes one by one. They looked at Jiraiya and the man with the purple Rinnegan in front of them with surprise. "Why were we summoned again?" the first generation said in surprise. "This time the ones who summoned us are not the same ones as before." The second Hokage frowned. The number of people has also increased a lot. Page 117. Hey? Why am I here? Shouldn't I be in the belly of the Grim Reaper, Teacher Jiraiya? The fourth Hokage's gentle voice sounded. Jiraiya, the former Hokage of Konoha, and all the heroes. Nagato and I summon you. We need your strength to protect this world. Please, everyone, please help us. Jiraiya looked at the group of Konoha seniors in front of him, spoke with a serious face, bent his knees, and knelt on the ground. Hey, Jiraiya-sensei, what are you doing? Hurry up. If you have something to say, just tell me. Why are you doing this? Minato was shocked to see his teacher kneeling upon seeing him and tried to help him up. However, Jiraiya waved his hand, knelt on the ground, and looked at everyone with shining eyes. The first and second Hokage frowned. From your looks, you should be a member of Konoha. You are protecting the world from everyone in Konoha. but you have invited us, the dead, to help. It seems like something big has happened. Can you tell me in detail? The first Hokage said. A world similar to ours has invaded this world. The great Toad Sage used his last life to fulfill a prophecy. If we don't stop that organization, the world will be completely destroyed. By then, the sky will be dark, the earth will split open, and a towering tree will suck all the energy out of the world. Therefore, I must ask everyone to join me in preventing this from happening. Jiraiya said. A world similar to ours? You mean the Shenwu Empire with 1,000-handed celestial being? The second generation raised his eyebrows. Second generation master, do you know? Jiraiya asked in surprise. I was once subjected to the impure world war by them, and witnessed some bad things. They also cleared out those bastards, Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo, Mito Kato and Yutain Koharu, from Konoha. The second Hokage crossed his arms across his chest and said in displeasure. What? The teacher was also expelled from Konoha. How could this be? Jiraiya was shocked and looked at the third generation. The others also looked at the third Hokage, who had been silent in the crowd. He had a lifeless and empty look on his face. His mouth kept opening and closing, as if he was muttering something. It was quiet at this time, and I could vaguely hear something. I was wrong. I shouldn't have been the Hokage. I shouldn't have been attached to the position of Hokage, and I shouldn't have had feelings for little Naruto, turned a blind eye to the Sarutobi clan, and allowed them to be corrupt, and I shouldn't have allowed Danzo to kill innocent people and slaughter the entire Uchiha clan. I was wrong. I was really wrong. I shouldn't have shut up. Hiruzen, neither you nor I are wrong. Isn't this how the world works? Only by sacrificing a few can we gain the safety of the majority. It's Konoha that's wrong. It's this world. Humph. Konoha, who doesn't understand our efforts, will suffer retribution sooner or later, and the reason we became like this is simply because we are not strong enough. Danzo couldn't stand seeing his old friend become so complacent, and yelled in anger. The distraught Sandai was stunned for a moment, then continued to mutter. Idiot. Wake up. We are now in the impure world again. This is a chance for revenge. Don't you want to kill those Uchiha brats to avenge your clan? Danzo drank again, and the third Hokage finally came back to his senses and sobered up. What's happening to me? I was actually resurrected by the impure world reincarnation again. Uchiha Sasuke. Uchiha Itachi, although I am sorry for what happened before, but you killed the Sarutobi clan. I absolutely cannot forgive you. I will definitely kill you to avenge my clan. As he finished speaking, his expression gradually became firm. When others heard these words, they felt that things seemed a little complicated. Jiraiya and Minato Namikaze were even more anxious and confused, and asked about the situation. The second generation then told the whole story, and after listening, Jiraiya and Minato Namikaze remained silent. There was no respect in their eyes when they looked at the third Hokage. They even took a few steps back. I didn't expect Naruto to suffer like this. If Kushina knew, asshole. Stinky old man. You're looking for death. Just at this moment, a roar like a lion sounded. In an inconspicuous place, a woman with flowing red hair rushed to Sarutobi Hiruzen with a roar and punched him hard in the face. He smashed Sarutobi Hiruzen's entire face, then roared, "You damn old man. How dare you treat my Naruto like this? And the Uchiha clan. You bastard, Minato and I trusted you so much that we entrusted Naruto to you. You really deserve to die. It's not unfair that your whole family was wiped out. Well done, little Sasuke. It's a pity that I didn't take action at that time. Otherwise I would have beaten all your people into pulp one by one. I know you all look down on me and hate me now. This is my fault, but my people are innocent. Konohamaru is only 12 years old. He knows nothing," Sarutobi Hiruzen said with a sad face as his broken body slowly recovered. Innately evil Sarutobi Hiruzen, you shouldn't have attacked the Uchiha elders and children since you knew they were innocent. Since you have taken action, you must be prepared for retaliation. The other party is just doing it again what you did before, and you can't stand it? Letting you become Hokage was indeed my biggest mistake. He is cowardly, indecisive, and irresponsible. The second generation scolded. Huh. So I should have been the Hokage then. Danzo muttered, and his heart finally felt a little more at ease. The same goes for you, scumbag. The second generation glared at Danzo and told him to shut up. That's what the second dame said. Saruto by Herzen, you bastard, you are a coward, indecisive, irresponsible. Letting you be the Hokage is simply a shame for Konoha. Kushina continued to yell, throwing another punch. Minato saw this and quickly hugged her, whispering, "Forget it." Kushina-sen. Saruto by Hiruzen also got the retribution he deserved. Teacher Nonodame-sama. Kushina, you are all right, but I still want to avenge my people. This is my right. The third generation turned his head and said firmly, "Humph. Revenge is only natural. If you want revenge, then do it, provided you have the ability to do so." The second generation said this, and then looked at Jiraiya. Let's continue with the previous topic. You brought us out to deal with those people from the Empire, right? 115. Chapter 114. The Union of the Living and the Dead. It takes a village. 4K 115. Yes, to deal with the Imperials. Jiraiya nodded, paused, and continued. Not long ago, the Empire and Konoha jointly convened the Five-Cage Conference. Threaten and intimidate the major ninja villages of Kirigakure, Iwagakure, Sandagakure, and Kyumagakure with force. We know that we cannot fight against it with the strength we have now, so we can only ask you for help. Is that so? I originally thought that the people of the Empire should be pretty good, but I didn't expect that they would have such intentions. Senju Hashirama sighed. This is human nature, brother. You don't think everyone is as naive as you, do you? He possesses powerful military force, but instead of conquering others, he sends out tailed beasts to them. Only a naive guy like you can do such a thing. The second Hokage looked disdainful. Yes, I'm sorry, the first generations will become a little depressed again. Humph. I'm not surprised that you conquered the world. But destroying the world was a little beyond my expectations. A perfect world should be more useful than a broken world. Prophecy, is that kind of thing really reliable? The second Hokage frowned. Tusk, I don't care whether the prophecy dream is reliable or not. You want me to deal with little Naruto? Impossible, Kushina said with an unhappy look on her face. Is it impossible? What if I say Naruto is in the hands of the Empire? Nagato, who had been silent all this time, suddenly spoke. Now, relying on White Zetsu, his condition is much better than before. What? Little Naruto is in the hands of the Empire? Kushina was shocked, and even Minato looked surprised. Yes, the Empire captured the tailed beasts before, and Naruto has been captured. Nagato's expression didn't change at all. Damn it! I will never let them off. Kushina roared. The first generation frowned and said, "From what I know, wasn't it the Akatsuki that captured the tailed beasts?" He thought about the conversation with the imperial people in front of Konoha's gate. It's not the Akatsuki organization, it's the Empire. This is their conspiracy. If you don't believe me, you can ask Master Jiraiya. Nagato said. I can't confirm who kidnapped Naruto, but according to the prophecy of the Great Toad Sage, the Empire is the real culprit who will destroy the world. Jiraiya said seriously. Make others more willing to believe that it was the Empire that captured Naruto. Is that so? Damn the Empire. The people of Konoha have been controlled by the Empire. We must save them. Many people united against a common enemy. They all expressed their willingness to join the team to fight against the Empire. Great, thank you all for your assistance. With your strength, I believe we can defeat the Empire, wake up everyone in Konoha, and protect our world. Jiraiya let out a small smile. That being said, I always feel that we can't underestimate the people from the Empire. After all, that thousand-handed celestial being is someone who can unify the world, and he may be even stronger than me. To face this kind of opponent, we need stronger power. Where is Madara? At the end of his speech, Hashirama revealed his longing for his old friend. Brother, are you an idiot? Have you forgotten how Uchiha Madara left Konoha? And these Uchiha died because of those two idiots Sarutobi and Danzo, so how could they possibly go against Konoha, which now has Uchiha, the second generation cursed? Madara won't fight together? That is such a pity, the first Hokage said a little dejectedly. You don't have to do this, First Master. Nagato said that their people have already started negotiating with Uchiha Madara, and if successful, they will join the battlefield now. Let us first join up with the 4 major ninja villages, and then counterattack the imperial people in Konoha. We must defeat a group of them before they all arrive, Jiraiya finally said. Page 118. Everyone followed suit. The gate of Konoha. Tsunade, Kakashi, Shikaku and other Konoha ninjas looked at the people of the Empire with complicated expressions. Tsunade frowned and said, "Are you sure that you don't need our help in this war? Although the Empire is powerful, there are only a few of you here, and you also said before there are still many impure world ninjas in the 4 major ninja villages. It doesn't matter. This is to make up for the mistakes made in the previous 5-cage conference." Gaara of the Empire had a calm expression. That bunch of idiots. It seems that I was too gentle with them before and gave them some illusions. Empire AI cursed. Tesk, after all, we are in Konoha, where can we really show our strength? But this time, I will go all out and make them completely desperate. Imperial Deidara laughed evilly. The 4 great ninja villages unite. Isn't this very interesting? Fighting with people from another world is what I've always wanted before I came here. The Empire is gearing up for action every day. Oh. The blood. It's burning. Boss Kai. Zio Lai. Empire Zio Lai raised his hands high and roared with all his might. After all, he is a short-sighted person who has not faced the power of the Empire. If they want to taste despair, let them have it. Imperial Setsuna said and then glanced at Imperial Itachi. Have you absorbed all the power of those eyes? I have completely absorbed it. Now my eyes have advanced to the eternal eyes. The Imperial Itachi nodded. The eternal eye, the eye above the kaleidoscope. Eyes that can use the real Susanoo. Itachi, remember to use Okinanashi no Makoto on me later, and let the idiots of the 4 major ninja villages know how terrifying the Uchiha are. Ninja Sasuke looked at Imperial Itachi with longing. In response, the Imperial Itachi just smiled indulgently, of course, in order to restore the reputation of the Uchiha clan, but little Sasuke must remember to reproduce. This is also indispensable. Long-winded. Ninja World. Sasuke's eyes twitched. Sakura and Ino from the Ninja World looked at Sasuke longingly. Even though the Empire was on the verge of a war, the atmosphere was still extremely relaxed. After a few more words, everyone in the Empire began to rush towards the battlefield. Tsunade and the others still followed behind them, although according to the plan, they did not need to take action. But they still have to be a witness, a bystander to ensure that nothing unexpected happens. The 2 groups were approaching each other quickly. Not long after, they finally met. The 4 major ninja villages, the original ninja troops, plus the impure World War personnel, number at least 40,000, densely packed and stretching out backwards, making people feel a tingling sensation on their scalp just by looking at them. No matter who sees this situation in the ninja world, no one will feel any resistance. When a group of Konoha ninjas saw this from afar, their expressions changed involuntarily. Nara Shikaku smiled bitterly and said, "Although I had expected this, it was still scary to actually see this kind of military force." Indeed, if we were to encounter this alone in Konoha, I'm afraid we would have no choice but to surrender directly. Those impure world forms, each of them has amazing chakra. They are definitely not ordinary people, Neji said as he looked at the figures created by the impure world form. Those guys, I saw the 2nd Raikage, the 3rd Raikage, and the 2nd Mizukage, but luckily, Great-Grandpa and 2nd Grandpa were not here. Tsunade was somewhat relieved. Are those people from the Empire really okay? There are concerns. Those guys are a little bit arrogant, but they are not so arrogant that they have no limits. You will know after you take a look at them. Tsunade said finally. The people of Konoha stopped moving forward at the same time. The people of the Empire also began to slow down. Imperial AI, Deidara, Kasame, and others were one step ahead and arrived in front of the four-village joint army first. 100 meters away. Imperial AI roared, "Hey, myself in this world. Are you really going to oppose our proposal? You don't think you can defeat us with these impure world forms, do you? Shut up." The hidden cloud village has existed in the ninja world for decades, and the position of Reikage has been passed down from generation to my hands. How could I surrender to you so easily? I admit that you are very strong, but with the shadows and masters of the past, we will definitely not lose this time. Ninja AI yelled. He also stopped, and the others stopped as well, both sides staring at each other hungrily. That's right. The wool of the rock in our Iwagakure village has been passed down to this day. How could we surrender so easily? You little brat from another world. Today I will let you see the true wool of the rock. Unoki also yelled. I'm sorry, little brother. Although you look very much like me, I am also interested in joining the Empire and having a deeper exchange with you. But the others around me don't agree with this, so we have no choice but to fight. Shinobi World's Mei Terumi also said. The Sand Village also has its own persistence and will not surrender. Gaara of the Ninja World also said. Damn you, Empire. Stop looking down on us. With so many powerful predecessors here, we will definitely teach you a lesson this time. A group of ninjas also shouted. As expected, they look alike, although I don't know whether your identities are real, even if it is AI from another world. If you dare to say such stupid things as asking the Hidden Cloud Village to surrender to the Empire, I will not show mercy. The third Reikage stared at Imperial AI and roared at the same time. The lightning chakra mode was instantly activated, and streaks of lightning wrapped around his body. The old man who died long ago in this world. He seems to be quite powerful, but he is still far from being able to fight against me who controls the power of martial arts. Empire Eye's voice fell. Thunder also burst out from his body. The third Reikage's expression became serious and he said, Sure enough, just like the previous intelligence, this guy is very powerful. But he still has far to go to defeat us. The third Reikage let out a final roar, and he turned into a lightning bolt, charging straight toward the Imperial AI. Haha, can't wait. You're worthy of being the daddy of this world. But it's no use. I will let you experience for yourself the gap between the Empire and the ninja world now. Boom! The last voice fell. The ground beneath my feet exploded. The Imperial AI turned into a faster lightning. 2 lightning bolts collided with each other. The third Reikage's body was directly knocked back hundreds of meters. He crashed into the crowd, injuring countless people. The Imperial AI rushed towards the Cloud Ninjas without any slackening. Damn it! Isn't the third Reikage a match for me? Come. Here we come. Prepare to meet the enemy. Damn it! How dare one person face so many of us? Kill him! Kill this guy now! Many Cloud Ninjas roared in anger at the first moment and rushed towards Empire AI like a tide, drowning him. But just contacted. The Cloud Ninjas were horrified to find that they were like a pile of garbage. The other side could just wave their hands, kick their legs, or even a hurricane could blow them away. They were like garbage, constantly flying and falling. Damn it! Lightning release, black spot. Darui was on the side and was angry at the arrogance of Empire AI. He used his special Black Thunder, transformed into a Thunder Beast, and pounced towards Empire AI. The earth kept cracking and turning into charcoal under the feet of the Thunder Beast, but when it got close to the Empire AI just turned around and roared. The powerful Thunder Beast and several other Thunder escapes were completely dispersed by the roar. There was even a group of people covering their eardrums and screaming in pain. Cloud Flow Instant. Cloud Flow. 3-day Moon Slash. Samui, Amai, and other elite cloud ninjas launched terrifying sonic attacks and immediately slashed at Empire AI with their swords. The thunder on Empire Ai's body turned into long whips, and with just a flick, it whipped these people away. Several other lightning bolts fell on his body, but they had no effect at all. Imperial AI made a mad charge throughout the entire Cloud Ninja army. It wasn't until the first, second, third, fourth generation AI and some elite ninjas came together to stop him that his violent attack was slightly intercepted. But even so, the Empire of AI has always had the upper hand. The other ninjas' hearts beat wildly when they saw this. One can't help but think, one person is so powerful, if others join in we won't really lose, right? No. No way. No one else can be as powerful as the fourth Raikage. A group of people shook their heads quickly, trying to drive this terrible thought out of their minds. A group of people besieging Big Brother alone. This is not good. Let me, the 8-armed Kurabi-sama, come and play with you. Martial arts. Life return. 8-arm mode. Empire Killer roared, stretched out his arms, and grew 6 arms again. As the 8 arms waved, 8 long swords appeared in the 8 hands. The group of ninjas watching were shocked again. How could that be? Why can a man from another world have so many arms? This is not scientific at all. No ninja. Damn it. Stop him. Page 119. The Cloud Ninjas roared and tried to intercept the charging Imperial Killer Bee. Empire Kurabi danced with his arms and his whole body seemed to be shrouded in sword shadows. Anyone who approached him had their clothes torn instantly, and knife wounds appeared on their bodies, and they fell down with blood spurting out. If the Empire's Kurabi had not shown mercy, many people had no doubt that they would be chopped into meat paste in an instant. Too fast. The sword of Lord Kurabi from another world is so fast. Even ninjutsu was cut by his sword. This is a monster just like Lord AI of the Empire. I caught a cold today and feel a little uncomfortable, so I only have 4,000 words left. I heard that there seems to be some kind of meteor cold virus recently, but I don't know if it's true or not. Everyone better be careful. 116. Chapter 115. The 4 Great Ninja Villages are just that good. 4K 116. With the addition of Killer Bee from the Empire, all the Cloud Ninjas were being crushed in all aspects. Many discerning people could even see that if no assistance was given, the Cloud Ninjas would be wiped out in less than half an hour. The Imperials are truly terrifying. Dust Release Limit Peeling Technique. The second generation Tsuchikage Mu took direct action, and a beam of light swept towards the 2 brothers Killer Bee and AI of the Empire who were killing indiscriminately in the group of Cloud Ninjas. Chirong Chalong Spear. Imperial Deidara shouted and clasped his hands together. The ground within 100 meters around the second Tsuchikage Mu turned into earth spears, which forced back a group of ninjas including Mu and also pierced the calves of some of them, causing great damage to their fighting power. This brat. When Anoki saw Imperial Deidara taking action, he growled angrily. A dust escape was also thrown over. The other ninjas used earth escape technique. Deidara avoided dust release. Kiritsuchi's figure turned into countless afterimages, spinning around Deidara, and all earth-style ninjutsu were blown up. The majority bullying the minority? You were the ones who started it. Hey! Earth escape technique. Earthman army technique. Deidara clasped his hands together. The earth rumbled, and natives emerged from the ground one after another and rushed towards the people of the Iwagakure village. The initial estimate of these people is at least 5,000 to 6,000. Each of his movements was extremely agile, and his strength was almost as good as that of a Chunin, and he was able to hold back part of the group of ninjas that were rushing towards him. But these natives were still no match for those powerful ninjas. They were eliminated one after another in a simple fight. Haha, it's not over yet. Explosive release. Clay doll. Deidara spread out his hands, and the mouths in his palms spit out piles of clay crazily. After the clay fell to the ground, it mixed with the soil and turned into dozens of clay puppets, rushing towards the rock ninja. It's Deidara's explosion style. Everyone be careful, these things will explode on their own. Be sure to keep your distance. Protect yourself. Huang Tu shouted. He had seen Deidara use this move before. However, the biggest difference between Imperial Deidara and Ninja World Deidara is the number. With the same move, the clay puppet of Empire Deidara is dozens of times better than Ninja World Deidara. Lois was covered with a layer of soil and flew directly towards the clay, punching the clay puppet with all his might. The entire clay puppet was knocked to the ground by the blow, creating a hole with a diameter of 10 meters. The clay puppet that was supposed to explode didn't move at all. Several other clay puppets gathered around, their bodies transformed into spikes. Their powerful attacks pierced the rock layers on Huang Tu's body, forcing him to retreat. With this retreat, the knockdown clay puppets will stand up again. How come? Many people who knew the weakness of Deidara's move couldn't understand it. After getting close, they were beaten violently. Even if someone cut them off, these clay puppets would differentiate into new ones. Just like that, these dozens of clay puppets were comparable to dozens of Jonin, suppressing a large number of elite ninjas. In addition, with the strength of Kuretsuchi, he was briefly on par with the Iwagakure. But anyone with a discerning eye can see that the combined strength of Empire's Deidara and Kuretsuchi is much inferior to Empire's AI and Killer Bee, and their defeat is only a matter of time. This made the people of the 4 major ninja villages terrified, but also excited. These guys are really strong. But we can win. Victory belongs to us. Damn Imperial Army, get out of our world. Someone shouted with joy. This excitement was short-lived, because a group of people wearing exoskeleton armor behind Gaara took action. They raised their right arms one by one and aimed at the Iwagakure. Next moment, call out. Call out. Call out. Call out. Call out. Red, blue, green, and khaki rays of light burst out, cutting through a distance of hundreds of meters in an instant. The large group of ninjas had no time to react at all, and the rock layers on their bodies shattered, with their bodies directly pierced. Damn it! What kind of instant ninjutsu is this? It's so fast. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. A group of people shouted and tried to dodge, but only a few were able to dodge this attack. I'm going to take care of them. Onoki yelled, stopped attacking Empire's Deidara, turned around and used dust release to blast towards Empire's Gaara and others. Several people dodged easily. Several people wearing exoskeletons flew directly above the Iwagakure and spread their wings next moment. Countless thumb-sized metal objects fell like rain. Boom! Exclamation, exclamation! All metal objects exploded when they came into contact with other objects. In a short period of time, a large number of rock ninjas were injured. This scene made Onoki's eyes burst. Damn it! What the hell is this thing? He roared and waved his hands, trying to use dust release to clear away the exoskeletons. But the exoskeleton was extremely flexible in the sky, dodging and dropping bombs at the same time. People of the ninja world, please stop resisting. If you continue like this, it will be difficult for us to control our power and there will be a large number of accidental casualties. The times require reform and progress. You who are complacent and only rely on ninjutsu will never be able to defeat us who combine ninjutsu, true energy, and technology. Open your eyes and see. Times have changed. Damn it. Everybody, come on. What are you still standing there for? Onoki yelled at the 2 major ninja villages that had not yet taken action. The people from the 2 major ninja villages all looked extremely serious. Everyone, let's fight together. For the future of the ninja world. The 3rd Mizukage looked solemn. Originally, we wanted to wait for the first Hokage, but now it seems we have to go first. The 1st Mizukage sighed. Time waits for no one. Let's attack together. The 4th Kazekage Rasa finished. Raise your hands. The ground beneath his feet turned into a golden torrent, which transformed into one golden hand after another, attacking the exoskeleton warriors in the sky. Others also took action, and for a moment chakra was raging and all kinds of ninjutsu were used wildly. Since you guys have taken action, there is no need for me to hold back. Gaara glanced at the sand ninja with a calm expression and clasped his hands together, sand style, 1,000 killing dragons. Boom! Exclamation, exclamation, the whole earth trembled, and all the land in a circle with a diameter of 100 meters in front of Gaara of the Empire turned into yellow sand, and then flew up into the sky and turned into a 500-meter-long sand bar. This sand dragon, carrying the Imperial Gaara, began to dive on the ground, extending its claws from time to time, grabbing sand ninjas one after another like ants, and then sucking them into various parts of their bodies, leaving only their heads exposed in the end. Gaara of the Empire showed extremely terrifying strength. With just one move, he easily suppressed the entire sand village, making them flee in panic, screaming, "Are you kidding me? This kind of monster-level salon can Gaara from another world even summon it?" The fourth Kasage's magnetic release, the sand crumbled upon contact. Their power levels are simply on different levels. There's no way we can win. The Kasage-sama from the other world is an absolute monster. Ha 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 ha. These screams of fear are unexpectedly good. It turned out that we were too gentle before, which made you unable to understand how powerful we are, and that's why things are so troublesome. Now, let's defeat them all. Water style, great explosion water wave. Simhada, beheading knife. Fusion. The Imperial Kasama laughed wildly and spewed out a large amount of flood water, almost turning the area within a radius of 7 or 8 kilometers into a flood pool. He then transformed into a metallic drooping shark and rushed through the water with thousands of water sharks, knocking out the ninjas one by one. Bone style, chain machine gun technique. Teikoku Janmaro shouted in a low voice, raised his hands, and his finger bones cut through the air and shot out like bullets, one after another, shooting into the bodies of the ninjas in the ninja village. Imperial White, who had been quite silent since arriving in the ninja world, put on a snow-white dress, like a snow girl, clapped his hands, and slowly exhaled. Ice release, Ice River World. Next moment, the sky within a radius of 10 kilometers changed color. Cold winds were blowing across the whole world, and hail was falling from the clouds. Although this level of attack is not fatal, it can have a significant impact on a ninja who has mastered extraordinary powers but whose body is still relatively weak. Either you become slow in movement or you consume a lot of chakra to maintain the state. Shadow 1,000 Killing Spear. Imperial Shikamaru also took action. He clasped his hands together and the shadow under him instantly turned into countless tentacles, touching the shadows of a group of ninjas from the ninja village. Shadow Warrior. Teikoku Shikamaru drank again. These shadows were stripped from the original owner and transformed into black shadow warriors, which began to attack the original owner, forcing the original owner into a panic. Then, I'm going to join you too. Alright legends, that's it for today. If you're ready for the next chapter, smash that like button and flood the comments right now. Remember, we've got 3 days to prove this story needs to continue. Subscribe so you don't miss the drop, and I'll meet you in the next audiobook.